Welcome to RNS Saucecast.
Yep.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Evan.
Evan, what are we here to do today?
Talk about John Woo's Hardboiled.
Well, we're here really to issue a public apology.
For what?
For missing Halloween. Week.
Well, it's okay. We got Midsummer out on Halloween Day.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know.
But we didn't get out our classic 4 Halloween episodes, so I'm sorry.
But we still celebrated.
We've let you down.
No, we still celebrated.
But we hope you enjoyed what we were able to put out anyway.
No, you motherfuckers didn't even watch it. That's why we didn't give you a fourth
That is
episode.
kind of true. This is this is kind of on you guys.
Yeah, that's why we didn't do it.
I was trying to be nice about it, but you know. Anyways, but those were some good episodes.
I like them.
And guess what? I think this is gonna be a good episode too.
Yeah.
I guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're only a minute in, so it's hard to say, but probably.
Well, it's always a good episode when I'm with my pal Evan.
True.
So if you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like. Please subscribe if you want to catch another RNS podcast episode.
And leave a comment.
Comment us. What should they comment, Evan?
What's your favorite John Woo movie?
They don't know that.
Yeah,
What's your favorite MCU sequel? Comment there.
They're all gonna say Face Off. That's their favorite John Woo movie.
I didn't know that was him.
It is.
It's badass.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I got it for like $5 at Walmart in like 8th grade.
Did you watch it?
I did. It's a good movie.
Oh.
See, I didn't say it was a good movie without
You weren't kidding.
It's a good movie.
How about that? You weren't
Nick
kidding.
Cage.
But yeah, comment your favorite John Woo movie.
Yeah.
Or
Broken Arrow. Mission Impossible 2.
comment your favorite fruit.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite?
Orange.
Maybe I agree with that. I also like bananas.
Orange is pretty badass, but
I
bananas.
like raisin too.
Bananas kind of sus.
I like raisins.
Raisins kind of sus.
No. Strawberries are good.
Strawberries kind of sus.
Cherries are cool.
Everything is sus except the apples and oranges.
Well, I do like both of those, though. But apples are pretty low. But I like orange a lot, so.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Evan, let's give them what they pay for.
Yeah.
Let's give them... well, did you have anything you want to talk about before we talk about the movie?
I have to mention this because, of course, rest in peace, Takeoff.
Oh, God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. A Gwinnett County legend.
Chico alumni.
Chico alumni. And also rest in peace, Aaron Carter. Go Jimmy Jimmy.
Real quick, though. I feel like many people won't know who Takeoff is.
Oh, how would they not know?
Takeoff is a member of the hip-hop rap group Migos.
Of course.
So God rest his soul.
God rest his soul.
And Aaron Carter as well.
Go Jimmy Jimmy.
Go Jimmy Jimmy.
That made me sad when I thought about that. Go Jimmy Jimmy.
Because that's one of my all-time favorite songs.
Yeah.
Well, unironically, though, that is a great song.
Of course.
Go Jimmy Jimmy, that's the voice I hear inside. Is that what he says?
Yeah.
That's the voice I hear inside.
It's Jimmy Neutron Time.
That's
a classic.
Next week, can we do Jimmy? It's up to you. This was my choice, my pick this week.
Oh, no, I already have my choice for next week.
We alternate. So maybe the week after, in remembrance of Aaron Carter,
that would be a good idea.
I'll pick Jimmy Neutron film.
But I do want to do Starship Troopers next week.
Why is that? What made you choose that?
Because I got the 4K. So.
Oh, right. That's why. Okay. I was trying to remember which movie you bought a 4K. Didn't you get something else? What else you get?
I got the Evil Dead 1 and 2 2-pack. So
badass.
I upgraded for my Blu-rays. And The Running Man. I got the 4K for that as well.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. I bought some toys.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
They were cool. I saw them. They were cool.
I also repurchased Mario Kart.
Which one?
If you don't mind me saying so.
Which one?
The Switch one.
Oh.
Because when my cousin was here, I bought the Nintendo Switch Online so we could play the N64 games. And then I was like, well, I might as well get Mario Kart back so I can play the other tracks and shit.
I didn't know you got rid of it.
I sold it a long time ago.
Oh.
Because I played it on Wii U and then I played it on Switch and I was like, I played a lot of Mario Kart. But I kept, my grandma gave me, she bought it for me originally and she got me the Steelbook, which is like the only video game Steelbook I have, and I kept that.
That's pretty cool.
So I'll be able to continue to utilize that. Thank you, Grandma.
That's pretty cool. I got the Kingdom Hearts 3 Steelbook.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I was wondering, on the Switch, is that on there?
Kingdom Hearts 3?
Kingdom Hearts, that already came out?
Yeah, but they were the
versions.
cloud version, yeah.
Because I was
thinking... I heard they were terrible, so...
Well, what can you do? but I was thinking about getting my cousin a Switch.
Release it physically.
For her birthday / Christmas. Well, you can't do that, right? But
well, 1 and 2, they definitely could.
Those are cloud too?
Yeah, it's all cloud.
Oh,
3 was understandable. No, they're all cloud.
Oh, I thought it was just like the most recent one before Kingdom Hearts 3, like
no,
the spin-off, and then Kingdom Hearts 3.
No, they were all cloud.
All of them are cloud.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
And then I saw a video of people made Kingdom Hearts 1 running. And it's like it kept like you're just running, and then all of a sudden it'd be like, oh, there's no internet or whatever. You know?
Lagging in a single player game is not really.
Yeah.
That's like the only benefit to a single player game is like, okay, well at least I want any connectivity issues.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, that sucks, but I know she probably wants a Switch, and her birthday's in January, so a little dual gift. I'll say, here you go, Lowen.
And get her the Kingdom Hearts Cloud version.
No.
Or just pretend you didn't know.
Probably get her like Breath of the Wild or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild 2 coming, next year, I think.
Well, we're kind of going on and on, but I'm not Breath of the Wild 2.
Hey, I've been you're preaching to the choir. I was never hyped for it.
I really like Breath of the Wild, but the only thing I want a Breath of the Wild game where there's no like weird ancient technology shit. I don't like that.
I don't even I'm not even crazy about Breath of the Wild. I like classic 3D Zelda, so go back to that.
Well, we all have our paths.
The 2 newest 3D Zeldas are both my least favorite: Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword. Those are both on the bottom of my 3D Zelda list.
Oh yeah, Twilight Princess is before Skyward Sword.
Yeah. Twilight Princess was before Skyward Sword, and I like Twilight Princess.
They take their sweet dang time on those Zelda games, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Well,
it's already been like 5 years since Odyssey, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love a new Mario.
Yeah.
3D Mario, but art takes time, Evan.
That's true. Art
takes time.
Yeah. Anyways, I apologize.
No, whatever. What is there anything else you want to mention before we get started?
No, I just had to say rest in peace to the 2 gentlemen.
God rest their souls.
Yeah.
And also thank you, God, for all the blessings in our lives that we do have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Evan, Hard Boiled.
Yeah, John Woo's Hard Boiled.
What year is Hard Boiled?
1992. Luckily, it was
right
there.
You're really smart for remembering that.
It was right
I don't
there
know how
on
you could have
TV.
remembered that. Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
And so, Evan, do you have any background that you would like to share on this film? I'm completely ignorant. This is the first time I've seen it.
Well, this was my first time seeing Hard Boiled as well, but I have seen other John Woo movies, like The Killer, also with Chow Yun-fat.
Like Face Off.
Like Face Off, but I did mention that.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. And, The Killer is a bit more relevant, They both have Chow Yun-fat in the lead. 90s Hong Kong action.
I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he's great.
He's the good guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The main character, Tequila. His name's Tequila.
Well, I feel like him and the undercover guy are kind of both.
Yeah.
But the one that's like not undercover,
yeah. Tequila.
Yeah. Epic.
That's his awesome name in the movie. And of course, Tony Leung plays
Alan.
Alan, yeah.
Well, the English subtitles call him Alan. I don't know if that's. I don't know what that means.
Alan. Tony Leung. I love him.
What is he?
He's the movies I like him in. He's done a few movies with Wong Kar-wai. I quite enjoy those. Chungking Express. That's a great movie.
Oh, I've heard of that.
He was also the Mandarin in Shang-Chi.
This guy?
Yeah. He was the Mandarin.
Oh, he's old now. Huh?
Yeah, he is old.
Yeah, I guess that was 30 years ago. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so funny.
He's awesome.
Because your wonderful and sensual brother Joey told me that the Mandarin. I had to cut that out, but he told me that that the Mandarin was in this, and I kind of forgot, like the Shang-Chi Mandarin, and I kind of forgot, and it's kind of bizarre seeing him young like that.
Yeah. For the viewer, we're literally on a freeze frame of his face on Dylan's TV.
Yeah, I paused earlier in the movie. So I guess I should mention also, we watched this on YouTube.
Yeah.
And since this is the platform we're posting to, this can also be served as like a report. Like we're reporting this upload. So we did this for educational and research purposes. So yeah, YouTube, take that down. You're doing a bad job with copyrighting your website.
No, don't say that. No, whoever uploaded it is awesome.
Well, he's dope, but I don't want to get in trouble.
How will we get in trouble? We didn't upload it.
Well, we watched it. I tend to not admit when I've pirated a movie in any way.
But I think it's different. Because it's not just on YouTube. That's not really pirating.
I guess.
It's just there. It's just there.
But if it's on fucking like what's it called? Like I don't know. What was it called? Movie 123 movies.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Like, it's not the same thing as like if it's on YouTube. It's kind of
I don't think it's the same though.
No?
Like, I don't think you can get in trouble for watching on YouTube. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like this. I don't know.
Well, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, whatever. Well, thanks to the guy who uploaded it. You did a wonderful job. It's in HD.
It is.
It has the English subtitles.
Mm.
And it looks beautiful and it's fantastic. So thank you.
I don't know if I'd say it looks beautiful, but it looked okay.
Well, for like a random upload.
Yeah, but I was watching it on my
movie.
TV and I was like, I wish I was like watching it on DVD or Blu-ray
It's
right now.
definitely not like perfect, but it's like it's a solid like 480.
Yeah.
You know, even though I think technically the upload is in HD, I don't think it was like done properly or something.
Yeah.
But it's like a solid 480.
Yeah.
Like just looking at it. So yeah, if you do want to watch Hard Boiled, there's a good chance you can just type it into YouTube and watch it for free.
True.
So,
That's true.
Yeah, and I looked up. I guess there's some other kids movie, like a young kids movie called Hard Boiled. Did you see that?
I saw that when I was like searching, like, oh, is this on any streaming services? I wasn't sure if it was or not, because I remember for a long time this and The Killer were both out of print. I didn't know if they ever came back, but I guess not.
But I saw. Yeah, like I typed in Hard Boiled streaming, or like where can I watch Hard Boiled or something like that, and the first thing I saw was like a legitimate Disney Plus link.
Yeah, I saw
that said watch Hard Boiled. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I like did it like a double take because I looked at the URL. I was like, this has to be like a weird phishing thing. Where, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like just like trying to get you to click on it. But yeah, it's some baby cartoon.
Yeah.
But still pretty. This is a funny anecdote, isn't it, Evan?
Mm-hmm.
It is very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're kind of shit out of luck. You know, if this YouTube upload gets taken down, I don't know where to watch this.
There's like 2 other ones, so.
Well, I mean, like if YouTube, just deletes the
all
uploads,
yeah.
like. I don't know where you could watch this.
Go on eBay and buy the DVD.
It's not on Blu-ray?
I don't think so, no.
That's crazy. I feel like it's a really famous movie,
It is.
It's really, really famous, popular.
But there's a lot of famous movies that, just they're either out of print or don't have a Blu-ray.
I suppose.
Yeah, so.
I suppose. Well, do you have any more cool background about John Woo and et cetera and so forth, and his career or anything, or?
He's awesome.
I don't know nothing about him, so I don't know if you.
I just besides the movies I've seen I don't
He makes a cool movie.
Yeah, he makes action movies.
Yeah, he makes a cool action movie.
Um,
what superhero movie would you?
He was in the movie.
To direct?
Did you notice him in the movie?
He was in the first 2 minutes.
And yeah, you see him a bit later too. He's like in 2 or 3 scenes.
I only know that because someone commented that.
Oh.
And it was like. You know how when you open something on YouTube and you see like one comment in the comment section before you like click on it?
Mm.
The first one was like, is that John Woo himself sitting at the fucking... And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like the bartender guy who's like an ex
is he?
Or whatever, yeah.
Oh,
his name was actually Woo.
Oh, that guy was badass.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
Cool. Did he die?
No, John Woo was alive, yeah.
No, not the actual guy, like the character.
Oh, no, he didn't.
No. He was just like in the background a few times in the bar. Okay. Very cool. Well, let's get into the movie.
Let's do it.
Would you like a little synopsis?
Sure.
This movie's about funny police officers that run around and shoot people.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go. The names are going to be tough for me to keep track of.
Tequila and Alan.
Tequila, but everyone else I'm kind of fucked.
Oh, yeah. We just say their role.
You'll probably get it.
Yeah.
What's the girlfriend's name?
I don't remember.
I feel like it's a J.
Was it?
It's like Jennifer.
No, I don't think so. I thought it was like a T, like Teresa.
Oh, you're right. It's Teresa.
It is, right? Yeah.
Yeah. My auntie's name is Teresa.
Sure.
I actually have like 8 aunt's named Teresa. But, yeah. So what does that movie open with, Evan?
Him at the jazz bar. He's like playing.
Oh
he's
yeah,
playing like
he's busting it down.
Yeah, he's like playing a clarinet.
So that movie, that scene kind of sets the stage of like
the score, the movie score.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But it kind of misled me a little bit because the rest of the movie is pretty silly.
Yeah.
But that I was like, this is like, you know, I was like sexy and dramatic and fucking cool, and the rest of the movie is pretty like insane and goofy.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, this is. Because the reason I chose this movie is because this week I wanted to do like a crime movie. I didn't really care what, but just like, I don't know, like either like a mystery or like a cop movie or I don't know, something. So when I saw that, I was like, I picked the right movie. But then the rest of it, I was like, it's not exactly what I wanted, but I still liked it.
Oh, I knew it was going to be like a straight up action movie because, you know, that's usually what John Woo makes.
Yeah. But I thought, like, if this is what the movie's like, that's fucking cool. But that's kind of, I don't think even... You know, there's never even a scene of like someone playing music again or anything like that.
Not really, no.
Well, that's okay.
He mentions that he wanted to play music, but
yeah.
Sure and he also knows like the notes or whatever. Because remember when he's leaving like the codes for them?
Yeah.
Alan with the flowers or whatever.
Yeah, and they're doing like I don't know how that works because I don't know music.
Yeah, me either. But yeah, that. So he knew that because he corrected her.
He sure did.
Yeah. But anyways, what were you saying about the synopsis?
They kill.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we were talking about the first scene.
Oh, yeah. Well, it just starts out with him playing clarinet or whatever at the jazz club.
He's playing saxophone, Evan?
Was he playing saxophone?
He wasn't playing clarinet, was he?
I don't know. It didn't look like he was playing a sax.
Okay, probably wasn't. I don't remember.
Or it was like a flute or some shit.
Oh, was it a woodwind instrument, Evan?
It might have been.
I suppose it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was a sax.
I don't know what he was playing. I don't remember.
Yeah, because he was like this. He wasn't like...
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But maybe, I don't know.
Either way, he's busting it down.
Yeah, he is.
And so in this particular moment, they're in a tea shop, right?
Yeah.
Like a jazz club, and it's like I guess also like a tea shop.
Well, no, that's where they are at first, and then it cuts to him and his partner going to like the tea shop or whatever. Because they're, like, trying to... I don't even know exactly... I guess they're also, like, weapons launderers or whatever that they're looking for.
Yeah, it's like... I think that's...
Because that's, like, the big thing in the movie.
I think that's
the
same...
Launderers.
Yeah, the main villain is, like, people that... they move weapons, like, around China or something like that. Is this a Chinese movie?
It's Hong Kong.
So,
I think Hong Kong is... But I don't know how it works, but I think Hong Kong's, like, independent of China or whatever.
Yes, you're right, yeah. So I guess they're getting cheap weapons from China and moving them into Hong Kong. That's kind of the whole deal of the villain.
Yeah.
Right? I think this is just like a small bust. Like an inconsequential bust. Well, actually, it's not inconsequential because of the guy that dies at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
So they would have had something, but they didn't.
Did you realize who that was?
The actor?
Yeah. Did you?
Was it like the Parasite guy or something?
No. It is the guy from Audition and Itchy the Killer. You know, in Audition, his friend who helps him set up the fake audition, who like warns him.
Yeah.
And then the guy in Itchy the Killer, who's like one of the mob bosses, who find Cocky Hard torturing Big Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was him.
Cool.
Yeah. So
well, good for him. He's in 2 epic movies.
Yeah.
At least, or
he's in 3 movies we reviewed now. Because we've done Audition.
Well, he's in 3. He's in 3 movies we reviewed and 2 epic movies, I'd say.
Oh.
Shade.
Which one's not epic?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay.
No, it's Itchy the Killer.
That movie is amazing.
Yeah. It's alright.
In the review, you sounded like you liked it.
Well, it's alright.
I don't know. I love that movie.
I've definitely, like... I think when I watched it, I was like, yay! Like, a weird movie. I'm watching a weird movie. Like, I'm a cool, smart guy. But then later I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's just not for me. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's like a terrible movie or nothing like that.
Understandable.
You know, it falls out of line with my taste just a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I did enjoy it. I think we had a good conversation about it, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, we did.
But it's definitely a movie that I will never watch again.
Oh.
Yeah. This movie I can see myself watching again.
It's a good one.
Hard Boiled?
It's a good.
It's pretty fun.
It is a fun movie.
Cool movie. Fun, cool movie. So yeah, sorry. Please, let's continue. And so there's an epic. Well, before we get ahead of ourselves, I guess it's in the tea shop. They have weird birds on every table.
Yeah.
Or something.
I don't know what's going on with that.
I guess they just be doing that.
That's like their gimmick.
Some Hong Kong shit.
Yeah.
Bird.
That's their gimmick.
Bird bar.
No, it's because this movie takes place, in the universe of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. It's in the future where the birds have already all taken over, but the humans have adjusted to this society.
Oh, so they all worship them. Yeah.
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 And the birds were somehow willing to go back into the cages.
You should sell that idea to Matt Pat.
Yeah.
To Matt Pat Film Theory.
I will.
Because I think he'll eat that up.
He probably will. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a weird bird bar. For some reason, the guns are hidden under the in the bird cage. I don't know.
That's a good place to put it.
So yeah, there's basically just a cool action scene.
It's very cool. It's awesome.
What is your top moment in that?
Oh, easy. When he slides down the stairs.
In the bird part?
Yeah. He slides down the rail.
Shooting his cool guns?
Yeah, and that was the poster of this movie, that you see that a lot, the DVD cover, the ad print DVD and whatnot. It's the shot of him sliding down, holding the guns. So it's pretty cool. And he dual pistoling it, which is really cool. I like it a lot.
I remember thinking in that part, I was like, are all these birds gonna die? What's going on here?
No, they dodged the bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. There's there's reaction shots of the birds.
Mm.
I thought that was pretty funny. Nothing super stands out to me in that scene. I think every other action scene in the movie, there's super standout stuff in each of them. But this one is kind of just a kind of nutty shootout, I guess.
Yeah, it was awesome. It kind of like you mentioned before about the video game thing. This whole movie is just bullet hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, this movie's Oh yeah, one thing that's really funny to me too is because obviously there's the gun combat stuff, which feels very much you mentioned earlier Max Payne, something like that, but also when there's actually hand-to-hand combat, that shit's like Batman Arkham,
Yeah.
It really is. That shit's pretty nuts. There's that one part where they're beating up later the I think he's one of their informants or something. Fox.
Yeah,
Foxy.
yeah, Yeah, he's an informant for the police.
And they're I think the undercover guy was beating him up, and he was kind of trying to pull his punches and shit.
Oh yeah, you mean Alan?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he fucking shoots him.
Or wait, it wasn't the undercover guy.
No, it's the guy with the eye patch, I think.
Right. Anyways, either way, the part where they're beating the shit out of that guy. Was super Arkham-y. The way he was just flowing down the street and just kept grabbing him, that one part where he that was a different scene, but you know what I mean. The combat is like that throughout the whole movie. And it's when you throw a punch, you snap across the room and hit someone. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, so what's the main guy's name? Tequila. So he is there.
Yeah.
And I think in the synopsis they mentioned something about undercover or something. I read that and I was like, oh, is he undercover here? But I think he was just sitting in near them as a customer during the deal, Is that right?
I think that because him and his partner were both there. I think they were trying to bust. They got a tip or something.
But I think they were sitting there though, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I think they were just listening in. They weren't undercover or anything.
No.
Yeah, so they're sitting there.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But
I thought you meant they were off duty or something.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, they're just they're sitting there listening in, and then there's that big epic, cool, weird, little wacky Hong Kong action, you know, and then
they really have a thing for fighting in restaurants and whatnot, a lot of Hong Kong movies.
There's a lot. One thing I respect though about this movie and a lot of the action scenes, and like you said, they choose to set it in restaurants and shit like that. There's just a lot of tactile stuff.
Yeah.
You can flip over chairs. There's cool scenes in this movie. I don't remember exactly where this is, but someone it's towards the end, but Alan Is it Alan?
Yeah.
Alan.
Him, right?
Yeah. Alan like jumps over a table and then it immediately gets like shredded like perfectly by gunfire. There's a lot of
They use a lot of props.
There's a lot of good props in a restaurant. You know?
Yeah. And you know what's funny? To bring up Shang-Chi, I feel like they even kind of paid like homage to that kind of, because in one of the better scenes in Shang-Chi, remember when he like goes and gets revenge on the guys who killed his wife?
Yeah.
That was in a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember he goes to the restaurant with him?
That was badass.
Yeah, so Shang-Chi had decent moments.
I think both of us. I remember when we saw Shang-Chi, like we looked at each other like a couple times and we were like, "Oh shit!"
In the first half, yeah, and then when they go to Chinese Wakanda, it starts sucking.
They had us in the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
but yeah, like the scaffolding fight, the bus fight.
But yeah, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like buses, restaurants. Yeah. Like because like in Police Story, Jackie Chan, like a big action sequence at the beginning is on the bus. So you know, it's like public areas. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Crowded public areas. Yeah.
I feel like that kind of because I feel like, you know, obviously I've never been, but I feel like that's what like Hong Kong is like just very crowded everywhere. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing of it.
I guess that makes sense. But yeah, I think it lends a lot to the feel of it. Makes the action a little more interesting.
Yeah.
But then he is it the eye patch guy that like fucking incinerates his partner? No,
it's the guy that he wasn't supposed to kill.
Oh, duh. Yeah. Duh. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Because that kind of plays in with the themes of the movie is, these undercover cops accidentally killing another cop. Like, that happens a few times in this movie. Or, like, you know, killing people they're not so... You know, kind of crossing morally...
Yeah, the ethics of doing this
the undercover shit. Yeah. Because that's a big thing in the movie.
But
how it affects them and whatnot.
So, of course, it wasn't the eye patch guy because, like, he kills the guy.
Yeah,
that kills his partner. But, yeah, so... Tequila's partner is killed.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he gets real peeved off. He has some gamer rage, and he kills the guy who killed his, you know... And the thing is, like, he had a good opportunity not to kill him. Because he's just laying there, and he just puts the gun to his head and shoots it.
Yeah.
When he was kind of disarmed. Right?
That was badass when he spits out the toothpick and then shoots him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
There's a few weird things like that. Where they're like... Well, isn't there something else like that? Where they just they drop something on someone and then just shoot it or something? I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. Anyways. I think it was blood. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so he's peeved off. So he kills the guy that killed his partner, and that guy was important, you know?
Yeah. Because he was also an informant.
He could have helped the
chief.
The police
chief. The police chief's an asshole.
No, he's cool.
Well, you know, he's cool, but, like, he's also an asshole because, like... Well, they mentioned this in the movie. He keeps... You know, like, he kind of keeps leaving them out of the loop. Which I guess, I mean... I don't know how that works. It's like,
it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I guess maybe, but I don't know.
It kind of makes sense, but it's like... Instead of being, like... Leave the case. Like, drop it. Just drop it.
Yeah.
Be like... Leave the case because there is a police officer undercover, like, in that already. Like, just leave it alone. Like...
Yeah.
Just let it play out. Because it's... He doesn't even want to tell him that. He has to get... I don't remember who he gets it confirmed by, but he has to confirm it with someone else that there's that guy is definitely an undercover cop. Because he has his suspicions.
Yeah.
But, well, that doesn't even happen until a little later, so...
he has this... After he lets him live.
Right.
Remember when he gun jams and then he had the gun to his head? Yeah.
That moment was fucking awesome.
That is awesome moment, yeah.
That was a really cool moment. And I love... One thing I love is... the sound design, though, for the melee hand-to-hand combat is terrible. But the sound design for the guns...
I didn't really notice. I didn't think it was bad.
It's really bad. But the sound design for the guns is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Everything feels like a little hand cannon.
Those babies should all be deaf. Their little ears should be ruined. Those cotton balls do not do shit.
She said, put the cotton balls
Honestly, I felt bad for all them babies. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that made me like... I was like, I don't like this. Like
the poor babies. I did like when he had the other baby... Well, I'm getting way ahead of myself, but... I did like that, though, when he had the other baby.
Well, that's, like, the iconic thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was like, getting towards the end, and I was like, doesn't he have a baby? Like, I thought this movie was...
Because there's the poster of him with the shotgun holding the baby.
Yeah, I thought that baby was going to be, like, a huge, like, thing.
Yeah, that's
like,
when when you see that poster, you think, like, oh, it's going to be, like, you know, like, the thing of the movie, yeah.
Yeah, like, I thought...
Like, you'd shoot him up or something.
It's like, oh, he like, saves, like, a crime lord's baby or something, and, like, it's like a... He has to, like, protect it for whatever reason, or so, I don't know. Like, it would be a thing throughout the movie.
I think just, like, oh, this is a funny poster.
It's just a weird thing in the post-credits. But it's something...
In the post-credits?
In the finale. But, definitely a cool visual.
Yeah.
Fun visual.
Yeah.
But... Before, so what happens after he murders that man?
Oh, then they show up the chief and everybody, and they're like, you fucked this up. I feel bad for him because his dead partner's laying there, and then the chief doesn't even give a fuck. He's like, you're fucked.
Yeah, the chief is an asshole, but he's a nice guy later.
He is a nice guy later, but like, goddamn, like his partner just got like blasted, and he's like obviously grieving and shit, and he's one of your men too, I assume. You know what I mean? And you're just like, you fucked up my case. Like, Jesus, chill out. Come on, bro.
Yeah, he's a bit mean.
Yeah, that was mean.
But yeah, that was pretty, angsty moment.
It was.
It's pretty cool.
But yeah, all the action's really cool there. Like I said, it's like bullet hell.
So, yeah, he gets shoot out by the chief, and then, does it switch?
After that, just leave because it's already over. But,
Or I'm saying, does it switch to,
I think first
that?
it's like when he goes to see John Woo's character for the first time after that.
The bar.
And he tells him about...
Oh, yeah, because they're having a nice drink together, right?
Yeah, I think it's when you see him for the first time. But, and then you get, the really cool entrance with Tony Leung. I like that a lot when he walks into the library.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, that whole library part was badass.
Yeah.
So who is he killing there? Is it just someone we haven't seen yet?
Yeah, it wasn't anybody who was in the movie up until that point. But it was a guy who was working for the boss you think he's working for, the Uncle Hoy or whatever. And he switched over to, like, the main villain side.
Right.
And he kills him for his disloyalty or whatever the fuck.
And is this the eye patch guy in that scene?
No.
Who is it that...
Because the eye patch guy from the main villain.
Okay, so the book guy switches sides from, like, the uncle dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, wait, So who is the guy that kills him with the book?
It was him. It was Alan.
It was Alan?
Yeah. Remember? Because that's when you get his entrance, going into the library.
I'm tripping, okay.
He has, like, the sunglasses on and everything.
Oh. Well, that was epic.
And you remember he had the guns hidden inside the book?
Oh, yeah.
It was a Shakespeare book.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, they were trying to, like, match up the book. I was like, what is this going to do?
Maybe there was a little something going on there, with it being Oh, I think because he's like, because they didn't know what the weapon was, and they were like, oh, a book is there, like, perfectly laid out. So they're like, maybe it was in the book. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, but also, like, instead of, like, going and grabbing them and trying to see if they fit, like, look for a book with blood on it.
Oh, he does find that. At first he just lays a book there that was, like, already on the table to see if that's, like,
but he does it,
book.
doesn't he do it with multiple books?
No, it was just one. It was, like, that blue one. And then he starts looking around, and then he sees the book with the blood on it.
Oh. Epic?
Yeah. That's Chow Yun's fat character, by the way, Tequila, because he, like, comes and investigates the crime scene after that. But, yeah, so he, like...
I like that transition, though.
It is cool when you kind of see, like...
Well, you see the crime and then immediate transition to, like, the police arriving, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's all I don't know. I like transitions that don't waste your time.
Yeah.
That's
true.
It's like, oh, there's an interesting thing, and then we'll just continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which is exactly what we do on this podcast. So.
That poor gentleman who had to die.
He didn't have to get his fucking brain blown out. I don't think silencers are that effective, but...
Me either.
That's okay.
Well, the lady basically watched him fucking murder him.
Yeah.
The librarian lady.
Yeah, she didn't seem to mind.
Yeah. Well, she looked later and he's like dead, and then you see the police come. But yeah, when I saw that at first, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I didn't know Tony Leung was a villain in it. And then, of course, you find out he's not. But at first, when that happened, I was like, I thought he was going to be like the main villain of the movie. For the most part, at first, like, like the first half or so, they like set it up to make you think he's like the villain of the movie or whatever.
I didn't know what to make of it, and I don't know why, but I didn't even really register that I was watching him yet. Like,
What do you mean?
well, I didn't even really know who that character was.
Oh.
I assumed, I guess in retrospect, I assumed that was just some random guy, like
Yeah.
some random mook or something, you know,
Mhm.
as they say. I didn't even register him as a character until, like,
When he goes to see his uncle after.
like like they're in like the backyard or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really register it until later, but
Dang. That intro scene was cool as fuck.
it was. No, I thought it was cool, but I didn't really. I don't know. I didn't connect it.
No.
It takes me a little bit in like foreign language movies to like get my neurons going.
Oh yeah.
Well, even in, and it's funny in this is funny. I mentioned this is like similar to this is The Departed but epic before we started recording. In The Departed, I thought Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio were the same character for like 15 minutes.
Well, you know what's funny? The Departed, of course, is a remake of Infernal Affairs, which Tony Leung is also a star in. So that's funny you say that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching this, I was like, this isn't the one, right?
No, that's Infernal Affairs.
Yeah, I thought maybe this was the one that The Departed was based on.
But
I was
Tony
like, this
Leung's
is
in that as
similar,
well. So.
Oh. Who does he play?
I think he is. I think he's Leonardo DiCaprio character, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. So, but I think he's supposed to be Leonardo DiCaprio character.
Wait, who's the undercover one in? Is it?
They're
Leo?
both undercover.
Well, who's the undercover cop?
DiCaprio.
Huh. I don't know. I'm bad at media literacy.
Oh.
It's a good thing I have a movie podcast.
Yeah. True.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. My brain is also fried today. So, he goes to his cool uncle's house.
Yeah. Well, it's not his uncle, but they call him like Uncle Hoy or whatever.
It's his biological uncle.
That's true. Yeah.
And what is it? What do they talk about there?
Well, they like say like, "Oh, good job, fucking killing that motherfucker."
Yeah.
The dude, because he like betrayed us or whatever. So I assume at this. Well, to go back to what I was saying. At this point, I assumed, he could be like the main villain of the movie. Because he just straight up fucking murdered a guy. I thought he was gonna be a cop. Well, and then you find out he is. But that's just kind of like a thing in this movie. It's like I mentioned this like 10 minutes ago or whatever. It's like cops crossing these lines or whatever. Because like I was thinking like, damn, like he's done some fucked up shit for like a cop. Like that was one of them. I mean, for the most part, they're killing like criminals, but still,
You're still like pretty, and also. Like, no matter how you kind of...
But he killed him in cold blood.
Yeah. Yeah, because he did it. He was like, I'm doing this for my boss.
Yeah.
And then he shoots him. Because no matter how you justify it, you're still furthering the means of that criminal organization, you know?
Yeah.
So...
But it's like, he's like building their trust
and it's
or whatever.
also... The Departed made me think, like, making someone be an undercover cop is, like, one of the most fucked up things you can do. Like, legally for a paycheck.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, like, in, like, Law and Order and, like, other random shit, they're like, oh, no, like, you're gonna have to fake doing cocaine. But, like, no, you're gonna have to kill, like, innocent people. You know? Pretty bad.
That is pretty bad.
Mm.
Yeah. But it's okay because they're hard-boiled.
Oh!
They're hard on the outside.
At the end he says, you're hard-boiled.
Yeah. But... They're hard-boiled, which means they're actually soft on the inside.
Which means they're eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not as hard as you think.
Mm.
Yeah.
None of them have families, do they?
Well,
he has a girlfriend.
Yeah. I was going to say...
Tequila.
Yeah, Tequila has a girlfriend.
He does have a girlfriend. A beautiful girlfriend, no less.
Yeah.
So I was confused. Like, what the fuck were the roses? Like, what was
it was him that's how he communicated with the chief.
I understand that. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And he disguised it as, like, love letters.
Yeah, like, to,
and she couldn't tell Tequila about it because it was only her and the chief knew or whatever.
Right, okay. Right. And then, that was pretty epic.
Yeah. But yeah, he's, back to the backyard thing, he's like, he's telling the boss, oh yeah, I killed him. Because I assume what I assume this is like he's trying to like build, loyalty with these people.
Yeah. Because like,
he's doing the undercover shit.
You go kill somebody, you're kind of in.
Yeah. But at that point, I thought it was like, oh, like I thought they were like legit family at first, but then I realized, oh no, that's just like his criminal name, Uncle Hoy or whatever.
Oh right, yeah. I like him.
The uncle?
Yeah. He's cool.
Uncle Hoy.
Right?
Yeah, it was like, oh, they give him like a kind of sympathetic moment later, but I was like, well, he's still like a fucking massive criminal.
I like him.
I was like, oh, I guess he's less evil than the other guy.
He's way less evil than the other guy. The other guy is like fucking, what's the guy from Inspector Gadget? He's like that.
The Claw.
The Claw, yeah, he's like the fucking Claw. Like, he's the most evil guy ever.
But yeah.
He's like, kill all the fucking babies. Like, that's the most evil guy on the fucking planet. But anyways, yeah. Because it feels like he's like, it feels like the new guy is like the Joker, The new guy's the Joker, and he's like insane, and like Uncle Teddy is Uncle like Teddy. He's like that old school kind of criminal. He has a little respect.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, which is like the eye patch guy, which I thought was fucking awesome. Which we'll come back to him later.
Yeah.
But I like that.
Yeah, there is
honor among thieves, Evan.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's just kind of recurring theme in the movie, just like where you're at, like where do the ethics, like how far do you go, like you know what I mean? I feel like that's just a bit like I don't know if that's like the main theme of the movie, but with all the characters, that seems to be like a consistent thing. It's like
I don't know
how far are you willing to go, and like what's moral for what you're doing.
I guess that would be a theme, I mean? But yeah, like
that seems to just be recurring throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. Kind of goes back and forth.
Because like you say, even with the dude with the eye patch, it's like he tells like, oh, this is even too far even for me, and he's like a criminal.
That was so cool, and also because there's several times with the eye patch guy where it's like, oh, like he's like fucking unstoppable for the most part.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like the way they handled that was fucking badass. But yeah, I guess we'll get further into that a little later. But yeah, that eye patch guy is fucking badass. And then where were we at? So yeah, he gets himself in good with the criminals.
Yeah.
Good old Alan. Which I don't know. I'm really not sure how that translates, but
me either.
Alan. Because it's not like it's a biblical name.
That is a biblical name. You didn't read Alan verse 5 or whatever.
It's called the Newer Testament.
Yeah, the Newer Testament.
It's called the Hard Boil.
Yeah. Well, John Woo likes his religion,
There's a religion in this.
The killer, like the final shootout's like in a fucking chapel or whatever.
Well, that's a badass place for a final showdown. But there's religion in this.
And in Face Off as well, so yeah.
Because who has a line about God?
At first I thought the gum, you see it's Shakespeare, but at first I thought the gum was in a Bible.
A holy Bible?
Yeah, but no, it was Shakespeare.
That would be somewhat sacrilegious.
That's what I thought at first.
But,
and then I think you see later in Girlfriends, like in the church chapel, when she keeps saying, no, I don't want to see the doctor.
I think it's just a waiting room.
I mean, not the church, in the hospital chapel, because usually hospitals have chapels. I could be wrong, but it looked like that, because it wasn't, no, because you see the seats, they were like how they are in like churches.
They were kind of like a chapel, yeah. But there was also some line about, I forget who says it, but someone's like, oh, the man upstairs is watching you.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Anyways, epic.
Yeah.
Epic nonetheless. I love a bit of Christian theming and visuals in my films.
Yeah.
Such as Batman v Superman. Dawn of
Justice. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love that.
Awesome.
I love that.
But yeah, and then I guess he gets like, because I don't know, like they're trying to like ease relations with the other dude or whatever. So he goes to like visit them, and they're like, hey, you should join us. So he's like super undercover. He's undercover cop working with Uncle Crime Family, but he's going undercover for the other crime family.
So like the main guy, the main bad guy is like what's the word like courting him. Right?
Yeah.
To like join his.
Because they're like rival gangs or whatever who do the same thing with the weapons, and he's like, hey, he's killing my business. His weapons are too cheap. So he tells him to fucking betray him. And does he do it? Kind of. He kind of does it.
Well, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, yeah.
Um,
I mean, he's kind of like not giving much of
he's
a choice.
hesitant,
But...
and then he just fucking does it.
Yeah.
When they're like, yeah, you should join us, and he thinks about it, and then Tequila reappears because he's like, hey, I know you got my partner killed, because I guess it was one of their weapon deals or whatever.
Is that when
he like puts the newspapers on his car?
Right. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. And then Alan fucking hits him with the gun. He's like, "This is your present," or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, "Merry Christmas."
Yeah,
he's like, Happy
he's like, "Merry
he says
Christmas."
like "Happy Birthday" or some shit. Right? I don't remember.
No, he says like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave you like a present" or some shit like that. I forgot what he says.
Or he said, "Oh no," he
hits him
says,
with the damn gun.
Doesn't he say like, "Oh, you didn't like your present"? Like when
no,
he's
he didn't say that.
He's
like, he says, "I'm leaving you," like something.
I don't know.
But anyways, and then he's like, he stops him. He like fucking butts him with the gun. At that point, I was like, oh no, he has to like, he's definitely a villain. He's not a cop. I was like, damn, I'm like, he just hit the other dude in the fucking head with a gun.
Yeah, I was completely just brain dead. Like I was just like, okay, like I guess this guy's hitting this guy now.
What do you mean you were brain dead?
I don't know. Well, honestly, the movie was not doing much for me until you realize that he's a bad guy or he's a good guy.
I see.
Like I was kind of just like, all right, like keep going, but the movie like super picks up once you realize he's an undercover cop.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. I got you, sir. Yeah, but this leads to the warehouse thing because there's also the other informant who is Foxy or whatever who tells them about where they're all gonna meet up or whatever. I guess
there's gonna be some type of trade or deal or something. Yeah.
And
then he's like, "Get me the epic weapons."
Yeah, and he didn't want to tell the boss about it because the boss like, no, you don't do any shit with this.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know nothing.
Yeah.
So.
So Alan kills Uncle Hoy, and not only does he kill Uncle Hoy, he kills like all his men too. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, but he kills his men like after he kills him, right?
Yeah. He shoots him and then he kills his men. I was like, oh shit.
That's kind of badass.
Yeah. No, it's not badass. Because he's like, please spare my men. And then he kills him and then he doesn't spare his men either.
That's pretty badass.
I was like, Jesus Christ. But he didn't want to do it. So I was like, okay. I was like, this dude has some loyalty
like,
still.
Are you gonna keep those guys even if the boss like forces him to kill him? Do you want those dudes working for you or with you? Like, not really.
No, I meant he didn't want to kill the uncle.
I know, but I'm saying you're like, oh, it's fucked up. He killed because it is. I mean, he's a fucking police officer.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be doing anything like that.
Either way, it's fucked. But no matter the logic behind it.
In terms of being like an undercover cop and like being the guy that has to kill the boss, it's like these guys are gonna hate you.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, they have to not be alive no more. But yeah, it's a pretty cool bit when he like swipes. I think it's an Uzi and he like,
Yeah, he's like,
He's like,
he shoots him. Yeah, he fucking kills them all.
Yeah.
And then Chow Yun Fat comes and he starts shooting up motherfuckers. And they kind of have that little face off that you were mentioning, where they put the gun to each other's head, and Tequila pulls it, but it does not shoot.
Am I wrong, or is it? There's like a giant action sequence right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was talking to you outside about the motorcycle bit. That part was fucking nuts.
Yeah, because it's like the gang fucking up the other gang first. That's like what's going on, and then Tequila joins in, starts fucking shooting motherfuckers.
Yeah, that was badass.
And then they put the gun to each other's head.
Yeah, like they're using they're sliding off the motorcycles, using it as weapons, like using it to like knock someone over and then shooting them, shit like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty epic.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty epic. So that's this whole scene is what made me be like, okay, I can watch this. I can watch this now.
Another big John Woo thing. It's like kind of those standoffs, I guess, where they both have guns to each other. Because that happens a few times in this movie.
Yeah, because there's like the three-way one in the hospital.
And then that's also the poster on the killer when it's him and the other dude. And that's a big, it's like a whole, sequence in that when him and the other guy have the gun to each other's heads.
Ain't nothing like that.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing like that.
Just like kind of I I don't know what to call it, like duality in general seemed to be a big thing in his movies.
Yeah.
Like, in this you have him and that dude, and then Chow Yun-fat, in The Killer, Chow Yun-fat, and the other guy, and then Face Off, it's him and Nick Cage. You know what I mean? So, I mean, John Travolta and Nick Cage. So, I don't know, that's interesting. I didn't really think about that until now.
Yeah, like two strong leads.
Yeah.
That type of thing. But yeah, that whole part, that's especially one of the times where I noticed the kind of the sound design of the guns. It's like so fucking good. Like I said, the sound design of like the punching is, in my opinion, terrible.
I guess for me, it didn't really bother me that much because, like, I've seen like Hong Kong like kung fu flicks and whatnot. It's like that's what it sounds like, And it's also part of the charm.
I guess, but it's like the guns, because the guns they're in a similar way where they're like heightened, where it's like a gun. When you like move a gun like from your waist to like chest level, they're not gonna sound like clink 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 like really loud. But I don't know, it just sounds fucking cool. But like the punches are literally like psh, 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 psh. And for a movie like this where it's like, I don't know, it's not, I wouldn't call it gritty necessarily, but it's like it's like a violent crime movie. I don't want my punches to sound like Power Rangers, That's not a huge deal though, but I did want to mention that the sound design, because like every time the guns, like especially the big guns or like the big huge pistols, every time they move, like it's such a satisfying sound. And then that cool standoff. It's a nice tense standoff. They both have their guns to each other's heads. And he pulled the trigger.
He's out blowing brains
And he pulled it. Tequila pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
And it jams. And then Alan says...
He lets him live.
He says click.
He runs off.
He says click, and he turns around.
And he runs off.
And he run off. And then I think the next thing that happens, right, is, he goes and questions the chief about it.
Yeah, because he's like, why the fuck? It's like, he knows something's up with this dude.
Yeah, whoever drew that is a good artist.
I know, right? It looked like him, because he brings, like, the fucking, like, it's like a police sketch, basically.
Yeah. But it looked less like a police sketch and more like a manga character.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
It looked like fucking him.
It looked cool.
Well, he did a good job. Whoever drew that did a good job.
He did do his job.
Yeah.
You can't lie about that.
Because it fucking looked like him, so...
And then he's like, who the fuck is this? Like, why are they... why did he let me live? And so on and so forth. And you're kind of like... At this point, you're like, okay, well, he's,
Yeah.
That's why he's questioning him, is he's suspicious that he's an undercover cop.
Yeah.
And the chief is kind of a dumbass, because he's like, go... He's like, no. Like, he just won't give him a straight answer or anything.
Yeah.
And it's like... And he also tries to be like...
He tells him his employment's on the line.
Yeah, and what does he say? He says, I'm shaking. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shaking.
I like all the scenes in the police station.
Me too.
We didn't really mention the earlier one when we first see him there. And you kind of get like the introduction to him and his girl.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. They're currently having some trouble in paradise. And like, ooh, somebody delivering her flower and tequila, somebody coming in on your girl. I like when he prays.
When does he pray?
Because he's like, because he keeps talking about how he needs a new pad, a new house.
Oh, at the end he's like, oh yeah, a new pad.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I kind of like that, just like, they're busting his balls a little bit,
Yeah.
A little comedy there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little workplace humor.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
That was cool.
But yeah, his girlfriend was so beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell at first if they were actually dating.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I thought it was like, oh, is he just fuck with her?
Because I thought it was like just like a workplace crush kind of thing,
yeah.
And then they were like, someone's gonna steal your girl.
Yeah. But it's like, I think at the moment they were like having, some trouble in paradise or whatever, yeah.
And I like how that comes back later too. Like, I don't know, there's just like a little moment between, what's her name, Teresa and Alan.
Yeah.
Like where they kind of bust
about the flowers, yeah.
I like that.
But that's interesting though too, because it's like, I feel like, because you mentioned, like, do any of them have family? And, like, yeah, I feel like...
Not really.
Yeah, I'm like that. I feel like that's kind of part of it's, like, all as well. It's like, just how, like, part of the hard-boiledness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't be hard-boiled, little baby.
Yeah. It's like,
Or can you? As we see.
You can. Yeah. No, hard-boiled, it's kind of it's like a contradiction. You know what I mean? They're hard, but they're soft on the inside, as we see. But yeah, it's like...
It's a bit of a misnomer.
Yeah,
Evan.
exactly, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I didn't really think about that aspect of either. It's just like, oh, they don't really have fucking family or whatever.
Yeah,
and then it's like when you are introduced to the only family he may have, it's like they're having trouble. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I thought I don't know. I didn't think about that. It's just a weird thing, I guess. I didn't realize till after the. In most movies, they would have like a cop, and they're like they go see their dad, and they're like,
yeah,
oh, Dad, what do I do? Or like, so
yeah,
I don't know, something. But yeah, no one in this movie ever sees or mentions their family.
Yeah.
You know?
He just has the bartender who is John Woo.
Yeah, I feel like in other movies they would make that his dad. There's like an ex-cop bartender, and it's his dad or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's funny. I didn't even really think about that part until
It
you
adds
mentioned
to
that.
the sense of isolation.
I think it does. Yeah, I definitely agree.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
It's fucked. It's hard being a Hong Kong police officer.
It must be.
Yeah.
It must
You
be.
got to kill like fucking 100 people.
Yeah, probably.
On one case.
Yeah. To put one man in jail,
Hundreds of people have to die,
including innumerable innocents.
The hospital. Jesus
That's
Christ.
fucked up.
I was like, jeez, it was almost hard for me to watch.
It was hard
Yeah,
for me
I was
to
like,
watch,
what the
even
fuck?
though it's like I don't know. I don't really have a problem with like much of anything when it comes to movies. I guess, but that really did make me cringe.
Yeah, I was like,
and not in like I wasn't like you can't put this in a fucking
no,
movie.
me either. But I get what you mean.
But it made me cringe in a way that I don't think was intended.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
And maybe it's just in retrospect because of like
But I'm just like, geez. No, I was thinking like, geez, did they really have to die? Like, yeah, I feel like you could have did that without it. But I agree, I'm not usually like, I agree with you. I'm not really someone usually to question like the morals of a fucking movie. You know what I mean? But I was like, Jesus Christ. Or I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but it's like, I'm not gonna be like, oh shit, innocent people died in this movie. What is wrong with this? You know what I mean?
But really, that was confusing to me too because I was like, okay, taking hostages makes sense in any scenario. Not letting them not wanting them to evacuate the hospital, keep hostages.
Yeah,
sure. But the people that are like in the parking lot running away,
yeah, that was
like
fun.
gunning them down, like why?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I guess it shows that, they're how evil they are.
They're not like, yeah, because that's what I was saying. He's like Dr. Claw. Because he's like, blow up those fucking infants. Oh, I don't know.
Is he Dr. Claw or the Claw? I think it's just the Claw. The Inspector Gadget villain. But anyways, who cares? I just wanted to say that.
I don't know. But either way, he's like a fucking cartoon villain.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, keep the babies in. They have to fucking die. Like, what the fuck? Like, isn't what he's doing right now, he's just trying to get rid of evidence? But anyways, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. Well, I guess at that point, he was probably kind of like I'm fucked either way.
Yeah.
I feel like usually if you're in a hostage situation, it's usually...
You're done.
Yeah, no matter what, you're fucked. So
you cornered yourself by doing that.
Exactly,
so, yeah. Yeah, you're not getting no helicopter.
Yeah, So I guess at that point, his mentality should burn it all down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's like they weren't no witnesses. They weren't like... They just had cancer and they were on the 3rd floor and they,
Yeah, it's fucked.
Jesus Christ. And just like the imagery,
Yeah,
it's just... I don't know, it's fucked up.
It's hard to watch.
But some deep part of my mind liked it. But yeah, so where were we?
Oh yeah, well I guess we did mention on the boat. You see him he's like nah, like he screams on a damn boat. So apparently he lives on a goddamn boat. The dude got a sail ship.
It's not unlike Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You ever seen Lethal Weapon?
I have seen Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon is badass.
It is.
Doesn't he live in a boat at one point?
Maybe. I haven't seen that movie in a long ass time.
I think in one of them or at one point he lives on the boat. I don't know.
That could be true. I'm just taking your word for it. I haven't seen it in a long ass time.
I'm taking my word for it as well. Yeah, because I don't remember. But this movie reminded me of Lethal Weapon a little bit.
I can see that.
Lethal Weapon is super badass. I should have just picked Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Because I would always want to do that. Actually, no. I wanted to do that in December because of Christmas.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to consult with our patrons on Patreon.
Yeah.
See what they vote for.
Sure.
Right now, it's between Power Rangers the movie.
The reboot.
2017. And Doug the movie.
Oh.
Excuse me, Doug's first movie.
Yeah.
Which is his only movie.
I would choose Doug.
Well, it's not up to you. It's up to our patrons.
No, I'm saying if I if it was up to me, I would shoot Doug.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think I would pick also Doug. You want to do Doug?
Not really, no.
Nickelodeon month.
Nickelodeon month.
It's coming.
Yeah. But Doug became a Disney Channel character, of course.
Which is disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, on many levels. But anyways, I'm sorry. Hard Boiled is still epic and still discussion.
So when he's more the they do have a heart kind of thing going on there. It's like him when he's like crying on the boat and screaming. It's like you know what I mean. He's not a hardened killer. He actually does have feelings.
And I like some of his acting during some parts where he kind of has to smile at like his other like not his other. What am I talking about? When he has to smile at the criminals he's working with, it's interesting because when he smiles and it's genuine, and when he smiles and it's like at like criminals that he's like pretending around.
Yeah. They
kind of both feel genuine but different.
Yeah, I agree.
Where it's like you can tell he's lying, but he's like you can't really tell he's lying. He plays it a little differently. Yeah. So.
Well, of course, that's a testament to
the Mandarin's acting,
the skill of Tony Leung.
Yeah.
His career is a bit interesting to me because he's in like these like serious, well acted art films from like Wong Kar-wai, but he's also in like action movies and kung fu flicks, so he has a kind of an interesting career to me in that way.
He just works with good artists.
That's true.
So props to him.
Yeah, of course. That's just kind of interesting to me. He's like, he can do both.
Who's the American equivalent of that? Chris Pratt.
Yeah, of course. Ryan Gosling.
I guess
he can do both.
Yeah, I guess he can. Man, we should have done Lars and the Real Girl. Oh, that's a good movie, right?
It is a good movie, yeah.
Because I watched it and we didn't. I kind of intended for us to do it after I watched it, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
He's good at playing a mentally handicapped person.
Yeah, isn't he?
Right. He does that in every movie he's in.
But anyways, yeah. Then after that, he basically tracks him down. I think he used the Foxy guy to find him, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because he's like, do you know this guy? You know where he's at? I guess Foxy didn't know he was a cop at that point.
Oh, yeah, that was at the bar, right?
Yeah, with John Woo's character. Because he brings him the drawing or whatever. And then he goes and finds him on the boat. And this is a pretty cool scene also.
I love that part. Yeah. This part was dope. So I think, after this, after that scene in the parking garage with that action scene, I think the movie picks up a lot. So, when they meet in the boat, and they don't really fight too much.
No, not really, because he's just holding because he comes in, he has the advantage. He comes in with the gun, and
he kind of wants to
kill us holding him out. Yeah, because he goes like, who the fuck are you, basically. And I think he basically tells him he was a cop there, right?
They have a bit of a back and forth where he kind of doesn't want to outright say it, right? Or something like that.
And he tells him about the cranes or whatever, which is like a recurring thing in the movie.
Yeah,
it's like he made one for each person.
They kind of talk shit about killing each other. And,
I think though the fact that he does the crane or whatever, it's like it's like some serial killer shit. But I also it sounds like some serial killer shit. Yeah. But I think it's also like the deaths aren't meaningless to him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think that's more so what it's supposed to be.
I completely agree. Yeah, because
so he's not he's not this hardened fucking killer who just killing when it means nothing. You know what I mean?
They're like little personal.
It's like he remembers.
Like little personal funerals.
Who he fucking killed. Yeah.
Less than like fucking Victor Zsasz from Batman.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what. Yeah.
They're not like trophies.
Exactly. Yeah.
An astute observation, as always. Evan.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
But yeah, this part's pretty awesome. So they pull up on our boys.
They do.
Did they not?
Yeah. And these dudes, who the fuck were they?
I was kind of confused about that, but I think what it might have been was, they thought, what's his name? They thought, Alan was being attacked.
Yeah.
So they went to help him, right? I think so.
That might have been it. Yeah, I was like.
But then Alan kills them all.
Yeah. So, or was it the uncles? Like Romania, the uncles, man? I don't know. But either way.
I'm assuming it was people that were trying to help Alan.
Okay. But then then
he kills them all.
Chow Yun-fat shoots one of them, and then they start killing all of them.
Right.
Well, actually, at first he gets the shotgun,
that. So that was apart from like the Columbine shit at the end, that was one of the parts where I was like, ooh,
yeah,
like because this
it looked very real, like because shotguns, of course, they like scatter, like they did a good job with like the effects or makeup,
that
or whatever.
effect, and I was just like, ooh,
yeah,
like right in your spine,
yeah.
like I don't know where that went, but yeah, that was nasty. Should probably be paralyzed forever now.
But I think it was supposed to be like he only got like some of the blast. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying like if you're getting shot like from above in the back, like it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. But it's a cool action sequence here. Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to hit your spine or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I don't think you see it do that. But yeah, cool action sequence, and you get to see them kind of team up
for the first time.
You know,
which is cool.
Very badass. They have more chemistry than most Hollywood leads, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, but they're really fun.
They are.
Together.
Like, that's why when we were talking before, I said they're like Tango and Cash, but yeah, that was a joke.
I don't know what Tango and Cash.
Oh, that's the movie with.
Well, I mean, I know what it is, but I've never seen it.
Oh, okay, yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. Little, bantering duo kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, so they jump around, they hop around, they shoot people in their heads and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then the guy's like, "You called the cops," and then he shoots them in the head. So that's, I guess, what to your point is like, he was like, "What the fuck? You're with the cops or whatever."
But yeah, I think maybe
the only thing that doesn't make sense is why did he shoot Alan first if they thought, "Hey, we have to go rescue him"?
Yeah.
So either they were the uncle's men.
Maybe they saw they were sitting there talking.
It's either that they're the uncle's men, or they got clued in somehow that, oh, he's a cop. Yeah.
But what if they could have also just seen Alan was sitting there talking to a cop? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether he had a gun on him or not, like he's like, oh, he's giving stuff up.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess those guys, even though it's like not super clear, like I guess it doesn't matter all that much.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of to bring them together.
The only thing, because then, the other dudes show up, and he tells Chow Fat to, like, Tequila, he tells him to, like, go hide or whatever, so he can, keep acting like a criminal. All the dudes show up, and they were like, what the fuck, our men attacked you, so I don't know who they were.
I'm guessing you're right, it was probably the uncle.
Yeah, like, his remaining men or whatever.
Guys, yeah.
Yeah, but they pull up.
They
were quick. What the fuck? I'm not saying that. It's like how the fuck did they know he was being attacked? They all pulled up all at once.
Well, they were already, they must have had something to do in that, in that area.
Day, they all pulled up and they're like, "Oh, you good, son?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm good."
He's like, "Yeah, I'm straight."
And I like the little visual you get of Tequila under the bridge.
Oh yeah, for a second before it cuts or whatever. Yeah. He's toughing it out down there under the dock. But yeah, fucking a cool fucking... He's just like me for real, Alan.
Oh, wow.
He's like a cool fucking loner.
Oh, yeah.
That lives in a boat.
Yeah.
And like just smokes and drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
He's really fucking cool.
I don't think you see him smoke or drink.
Or just, wait.
Tequila drinks. You know what's funny? When he called him vodka.
Oh,
when
yeah.
he talked to the police.
Yeah, because he was like, what's your name? Like tequila or vodka or whatever.
Yeah. And that's when they confirm. It was before they meet on the boat for the first time, when he's talking to the police chief, after Tequila, like, questions him. And Alan's like, yeah, you had to tell vodka to lay off me. He's like, tequila. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, they're a fun couple of characters.
Yeah. They are.
So yeah, and then he's like, how can I contact you again? And he's like, I'll send you a fucking bird. I'll send you the origami.
Yeah. How do they meet again?
In the hospital, right?
No, they meet again before that, but I can't remember exactly.
What do they do?
Which moment again they meet?
Oh.
Maybe it's not until the hospital again.
Wait, do they meet again between... I think they might. I don't know. I feel like the next point where they... At least the point where he does the origami to like signify that he's there that's in the hospital. But I don't know if they have a scene together between that. I don't know. Anyways.
We can mention how he ends up in the hospital. Of course, they find out that Foxy is a fucking rat.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I'll take care of him. I'll take care of him," because he wants to
save him.
probably let him go. But they all go with him, so it's like he doesn't have much of a choice here. The dude with the eye patch, one of the guys, he's been like recurring. We mentioned him, of course, but he's like the guy's like his head enforcer,
his
like
main
his
shooter,
enforcer, yeah,
his main shooter,
yeah. He's like beating the shit out of him, and then he's about to squeal out. I think he kind of implies that Alan is like a police officer. He's like, I'm not the only one who was squeal here or whatever.
Well, he says,
and then he shoots him like right then.
He says there's more snitches than gang members in this gang, basically.
Yeah,
that's what he says.
No, I don't think he said that. He was like,
that's what the caption said.
Was it? I think he said like, "Oh, I'm not the only one who's gonna squeal in the gang or whatever."
No,
but he shoots him like immediately to like shut him up.
At least on wait, you're talking about when he goes in. What, doesn't he go into the water?
Yeah, he shoots him and then he falls in the water.
Falls in the water. Yeah, when he says that, he says there's more snitches than gang members in the gang.
Really? I don't think
that's what he says. Yeah. Well, at least in the fucking YouTube auto caption.
Well, I remember he's like, "Yeah, I won't be like the only one who squeals," which is like implying him, of course.
Maybe
Alan.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think it makes more sense for him to say that.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because it kind of is like when you're saying that to him, it's like, oh, you're kind of, maybe hinting something.
Yeah.
And he shoots him immediately before he can say anything else. And I think the guy with the eye patch kind of becomes suspicious of him
at
from
that
there.
point.
Yeah.
And also.
Yeah.
He slips his badass. Right? Because he slips the lighter in his pocket when he's beating him up.
Oh yeah. Which of course allows him to live.
It's insanely, ridiculous, but it's also very epic.
Oh yeah, it's like that episode of Tenacious D, the HBO show.
That definitely
when
you're talking about,
yeah. Jack makes for KG. He makes him the friendship medallion, and then it saves KG's life.
That's badass.
From the bullet.
That's badass.
Yeah.
It's like that couple on TikTok that like the husband like put a Bible in his pocket and then she shot him so that the Bible would stop the bullet and then he died and she got put to jail.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought they were YouTubers.
They were YouTubers, my bad. Yeah, they were YouTubers.
Because I feel like that was like, before TikTok is at what we know it to be now. Because that was a few years ago.
Yeah. But it was I remember them being like I guess I associate that kind of thing with like Vine or TikTok, but I guess it was in between those.
Yeah.
But either way,
fucked up.
I mean, I guess doing that, even if it was real life, and that didn't work, at least you tried something. I guess.
The lighter worked though.
It did work.
Yeah, so he lived.
It did work.
But for how long? You only saved Foxy's life for about an extra 2 hours.
He got an extra smoke break.
He did.
Before he
I like that moment. I did like that moment.
Heaven. I like that moment too.
Yeah.
And then the nurse comes in.
Yeah, Foxy pulls up to the bar where John Woo and Tequila is at, and they take him to the hospital, of course. And I guess he mentions there, because he found out, where the whole armory is, and that's when what he thinks is gonna be his final words is the hospital name. And then of course they take him to that hospital as well.
Oh yeah, because then when he's in the bed, he's like, what? Oh no, because he was dying.
Yeah, and
then he says the hospital name.
Yeah,
and then
to let them know because he had found out where the armory was,
and then
that's why they wanted to kill him before he can
tell
rat to the police. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when they get to the hospital, he's like, the weapons cache is here. How fucking smart am I? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a little dual meaning, like take me to that hospital so I can not die, and also
it's your rosebud.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So this kind of leads into the last act of the movie. It's interesting, like the whole last hour of the movie is in the fucking hospital.
Which is epic.
Yeah, and a good portion of it is just the final action sequence.
I do wish we kind of got moving a little earlier, but I guess the whole movie can't be in the hospital, I guess. But I just wish we had more time with like Alan and Tequila, working together.
Yeah.
Because that was easily the best part of the movie.
Well, I'm gonna say I actually think I feel like the movie kind of it starts to drag a bit towards the end. 'Cause I'm like, I was like, I don't know if you should have set the whole last hour in the damn hospital. Because then you get story, and then you get the action sequence, and the action sequence goes for a while. I feel like that's what, like, when it starts to, like, I'm like, it's not bad, obviously, it's still good, but it's like, it drags a bit, I think. Because the movie goes over 2 hours, and it's like, shit, you know?
Yeah.
You set a whole ass hour in the damn hospital.
This is a movie where you can definitely feel those 2 hours.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be maybe shorter.
Yeah, I agree.
But,
I agree.
But still very epic.
But yeah, but you get a lot of really cool shit in the hospital. Because, so Alan's like, when he finds out he's alive, they find out he's alive and in the hospital. And he's like, I'm gonna go finish it, because, you know, once again, but they're suspicious of him. And they're like, no, go follow him, go see if he does it. And then when he goes to the hospital, he leaves a little message for Tequila, the origami. I guess in that way he knows, like,
he sends it in with the nurse, and then that's kind of, I guess that's kind of his thing where he's like, oh, well, you're in danger.
Yeah,
like, obviously, because that means he's here, which means, like,
So they move him out of the room.
The game.
And, of course, the nurse cooperates. So I guess the hospital kind of knows, or at least the nurse. They're like, they're obviously not going to tell anybody, like, oh, he's actually in this room. You know what I mean?
Well, so, like, wait, the nurse knows what?
That he's getting moved to a different room. Because remember, she helps push him out?
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, so if, like, somebody comes in asking for the dude, they're not going to be like, oh, he's actually in this room. You know what I mean? Though, does that make sense? Yeah. But anyways, they move him out. And the eye patch dude comes back and is looking for him. Of course, he's not there in his hospital room.
Oh, that part's badass. Because they shoot, what's his name? Alan walks in, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say, so the eye patch guy is looking, then some of the other men are looking, and they come in to that room and they shoot the bed. Of course, it's empty, and Alan is behind the door, and he fucking shoots him. That part was really cool.
And then they turn him around and shoot him.
I think him and Tequila were both there.
They do.
And they both shoot him, yeah.
Because I forget which one of them... Yeah, it must be Alan. Alan walks in with the goons and, like, lets them go first, and then Tequila and Alan turn them around and shoot him.
Yeah, exactly.
That was badass.
It was cool, yeah.
And then they go try and find good old Freddy Fazbear Foxy.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the guy with the eye patch, he's like looking around and he fucking finds him. And he
Foxy
slips
actually
down
has
the
an eye
rope.
patch in Friday Nights at Freddy's. How about that?
Oh, really?
There's a lot of influence on Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
in this movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But yeah,
he slits his damn throat.
That part's fucking cool. Yeah. He says it's time for surgery, and he cuts his throat and he drags his bloody body and throws him in the fucking.
It was like a surgeon's knife, right?
Suit. Yeah.
The surgeon's knife.
And he's like in a fucking. I feel like it was completely unnecessary, but he was in a surgeon's outfit.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty epic. Oh.
Poor Foxy.
Yeah, the eye patch guy is fucking cool.
Yeah, he was a cool villain.
I don't care what no one
His
says.
face looks so fucked up.
I don't care what no one says.
I don't think anybody disagreed.
Listen, I'm just saying, I don't care what no one says. The eye patch guy is badass.
Yeah. I like when he died.
I don't like that. No. I like when he lived.
Yeah.
I like when he didn't he didn't submit, Evan.
Yeah.
I like when he didn't sully his moral character.
Oh yeah, because he's clearly a man of many morals.
I mean, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He slit this gentleman's throat with a
a snitch. A snitch's throat. Come on, son.
He has a street code. He lives by street code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lives by the way of the street.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at that, Tequila fucked up. He should have been guarding that man.
Yeah.
But he's too busy messing around with his.
Well,
with
Tequila
his
also, or not Tequila.
With his little girlfriend.
What's his name?
Alan?
No, the guy, Foxy. Foxy fucked up because he runs. And they didn't even know where he was.
Oh, yeah, he did go out of the room.
Yeah.
Because
he kind of...
He was scared.
I think he starts hearing gunshots and shit. He's like, oh, I gotta run. But I think if he stayed in the room, he would have been okay, maybe.
He was scared.
Well, he wouldn't have been okay because probably, like... probably not, but I don't know. You get it. You get what I'm saying.
Poor Foxy.
Yeah, poor Foxy.
I felt bad for real. I was like, damn, he didn't deserve to die.
Yeah, like, all we see of him is him being, like, brutalized.
Yeah.
And then dying.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Was it worth that $20K you got? Was it worth it?
He wasn't doing it for that, Evan. He was doing it for the cause.
That's true.
He wanted to keep the guns off the streets.
That's true.
You know. But no, I don't think anyone's, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, the way he was getting paid though, so I don't think he wasn't a cop. He was legit, he was just an informant.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way he was getting paid and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because he got paid with like.
Damn, that means he's for real a snitch.
Yeah, he's a snitch. Yes.
He's the worst kind.
They were still cool.
No, I fucked with him.
Like Foxy, Foxy.
They were like friends, him and Tequila.
Yeah, they were so cool. But yeah, he was like, your money's in the thing. I was like, why? I don't know why they're doing it like that, but I don't know. That seems so extra.
It was
like passing off the money, and it's like pressed in cardboard, wrapped in like saran wrap, and then in like a plastic bag in a bucket full of water. I mean, I guess. I guess, but you could give him like a Happy Meal bag.
He should have done that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
put the money in it. You know. Anyways, he got his bread, and he got what was coming to him.
I hope he got to live good with that $20K before he died, for real. I hope he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna blow this and have a lot of fun. I hope he did that.
Me too. I hope he fucking sent it to his daughter.
Me too. Yeah, actually, I hope he did that. Yeah.
His daughter was studying abroad. He sent it to her.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
We can only hope. We'll get a spin-off about that. John Woo said I'm in the kitchen making something.
He said there is great interest in the character of Foxy.
Yeah.
That I intend to.
John Woo's in the kitchen cooking.
Press.
Even in the lab.
When was the last time he made a movie?
Good question. What was the last movie he made?
Face Off.
No, I don't think it's been that long. I don't know what it was the last movie.
Kindergarten Cop.
I'm honestly not sure off the top of my head. I know he is making a remake of The Killer. He's making a remake of his own film.
That's weird.
That is weird. An American remake of his own film.
Oh, no.
And it could be like on Peacock. It's like a Peacock. It's not a joke.
Oh, my God. When did this come out?
They got announced a few months ago.
Oh, my God.
It's like a Peacock exclusive.
I hope it's with Josh Brolin.
I forgot who's in it.
I hope it's Josh Brolin.
No, it's not Josh Brolin. I forgot who it was. But anyways.
Can I ask you, so I'm sorry, but I need to ask you this, okay?
Yeah.
If you were to cast Audition in America, who would you cast as the girl and the main man? Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
And
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. I want Josh Brolin to be in every terrible remake of a foreign movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for Old Boy, he'll do a Korean remake, Audition, do Japanese, and then he'll be in Hard Boiled remake.
Hopefully.
No, he should do The Killer. Exactly, that's what he'll do.
I hope, I pray.
Yeah.
I hope and pray.
But anyways.
What is going on?
I don't know.
You heard that?
I did hear that.
What the fuck?
Sound like dishes or something.
It sounded like a skeleton's ribcage fell down.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, Foxy dead, hang my head.
Yeah. He was too busy messing around with his little girlfriend, Teresa, because she came there.
Tequila?
Yeah, but I forgot even why he told her to come there. She was helping out somehow.
Yeah, because he called someone, and it was like, oh, tell my girlfriend to get over to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, why?
I forgot exactly, like, she's helping them out with some shit. I don't even know.
Well, I mean, she's like...
They just needed an excuse for her to be there for the finale.
Yeah, for like the baby stuff and like all the... Because, yeah, when he called and he was like, oh, make sure my girlfriend goes to the hospital, I was like, for what? Like...
I forgot what, like, they're like looking at some shit before they go underground to, like, you know, fuck with the armory.
Well, her thing is, like, she's supposed to be, like, telling them to evacuate at the right time.
Mm.
I guess they don't want to evacuate too early so that the villains don't know they're onto them yet.
Yeah. They were looking at some kind of plan. I guess it was like a floor plan at like the hospital or whatever.
Is that what it was?
It was something like that.
Oh, was she helping them get to the basement?
Did she? I knew it was something like that. She was, but that makes sense too with the evacuees.
Yeah.
She was maybe helping them with that.
But that part with the white rose to like let her know like when to evacuate, that was like, that doesn't really work.
Yeah, because it was just in there the whole time.
Yeah, so it's like she could literally never reach in that pocket and then be like, okay, well, I guess it's getting kind of late. I should just do it.
Yeah.
Even though I can't find that dang rose. But she just happens to,
Yeah.
He should have just been like, wait 20 minutes and then. evacuate.
When you hear I really like when you hear like fucking explosions from the bottom of the hospital, then fucking yeah. But yeah, they go to fuck up the armory. This part's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
I like their banter here. I like when he's like, "Yo, like, why you turn into such a jackass?" He like says that too. The wire thing was interesting. I did like that whole that sequence though when they're like messing with the pipe that goes to the armory or whatever.
Yeah.
And he like shoots the bullet.
Yeah, and he says, "You never waste a bullet," and he was like, "I don't."
he poured the gunpowder in the pipes and shoots it.
I love that.
And blows up.
Because there's some weird shit that happens in this movie. It's like very cartoony in the sense of like, this would take like 100 times to practice it if you wanted to actually like nail it.
Yeah.
Like trying to like shoot the bottom of a motorcycle while it's flying over your head and like kicking a table so you don't get shot by it or whatever. But this actually, because he has to do this like pretty accurate shot. Like, nothing too crazy.
I like the double take.
Very accurate. But yeah, it kind of does that thing, like in Spider-Man 1 when Green Goblin dies, where it, like, cuts back to it in, like, a different angle. And then, I also like how he aims, like, really slow.
Yeah.
And, like, gets the angle. And he kind of does, like, a double take and, like, goes for it again.
Yeah.
And shoots. I don't know, it felt like
what I thought was going to happen was, I thought the way he was, like, working himself up, I thought Alan was just going to shoot it. I thought that's what was going to happen.
As a bit of a gag.
Yeah, but it didn't.
But I don't know, I like that he actually, like...
I preferred what happened.
Had to try.
Yeah, me too.
But in the universe, that would make sense, because I guess anyone with a gun can make that shot. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I love in the movie in general, I can only think of really, like, one example, but it happens a few times, where someone, like, uses something for cover, and it works, but, like, the thing is, like, incinerated. You know what I mean? There's that one part in the hospital where Alan jumps over a table, and then it gets, like, fucking blown away. Yeah. That happens a few times.
Well, that's kind of like what you mentioned about when I brought up the restaurant thing.
Yeah.
So, like,
that does happen in the restaurant, too, where, like, someone shoots, I think it's, like, a column, and it gets, like, destroyed on the side. Like, a big chunk of it is blown out and shit like that. I don't know, it's good, epic.
Yeah, good use.
But yeah, they're down there, aren't they?
Yeah.
The little basement down there, and so that doesn't open the door. It exposes the wires, and then Alan crosses the wires to open up the
armory door.
The armory door. Oh my goodness! And that messes him up a little bit, and
yeah, that man fucking died.
So
for like 10 seconds.
You do, yeah. Alan gets fucked up in this movie.
He does
because he gets heavily electrocuted and shot down the back with a shotgun.
He does
at very close range.
And shot through the stomach at the end.
And shot through the stomach. What a trooper!
Yeah, what a trooper!
What a trooper! And then what happens to Tequila? Does Tequila ever get fucked up in any type of way?
He probably got shot.
Maybe he gets like shot or punched here and there, but like
I think his arm does get shot at one point, or he gets shot in like the chest or something towards the end. If when he's holding the baby and you see the bullet hole, and then
okay, yeah. But Alan gets a little worse, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
So yeah, he gets electrocuted, and they show like a flashback to his partner dying.
Yeah.
Which yeah,
that's why he comes and fucking presses it on his damn chest, start giving him some CPR.
Yeah, he now he's in love with Alan.
He is.
They're in love.
They have a bit of a bromance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They have a wonderful bromance. But now he sees him now as a partner.
Yeah, exactly.
He's beautiful.
You know, it wasn't clear for me until they showed the flashback.
Well, and so it really it helped me comprehend, how he is sad when his friends get hurt.
Yeah, it was sad. I cried. Because they're hard-boiled, as I mentioned. They're soft on the inside, as I mentioned, of course.
Oh,
you get it.
Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah. They're hard-boiled.
Oh.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes, because they get shot.
Yeah.
And they're still... I don't get it.
No.
No, I'm just playing. But I don't know, yeah, so he does like some very aggressive CPR, and then the eye patch guy comes, right?
Yeah, in the armory.
Yeah.
And they're fighting him.
And that's pretty badass. So this is the point where I was like, okay, like, what happens to this dude? Like, because something badass has to happen to the eye patch guy, because, like, he is, like, he's like the fucking Joker in The Dark Knight. He's like, you know, he's like that guy in Ishi the Killer that everyone likes, right? Like the Joker guy.
Cock-Yar.
Yeah. So I was like, there's no way this guy goes out like a fool or something like that. Like, what happens to this guy? Because they have a pretty epic fight.
Yeah.
You know? And he does like that goofy thing where he like stands on like the thing above the door with the chains and like double kicks them. And it's like, you're leaving yourself pretty open doing something like that. Like, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, he's a very epic guy.
It's worth it for the visuals.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And so they have an epic fight, and then I don't remember, how did they break it up?
Yeah, he like gets away or whatever. Like they fight and then.
Yeah, I think he like, I don't know, he like loses his weapons and shit, and then he's like closing the door on them.
Yeah.
And he like, you know, they're shooting at him and he gets away.
Yeah. And he goes up to like warn the boss or whatever, and this when all hell starts fucking breaking loose.
And it gets real crazy.
Yeah, because also at that point the police chief he showed up also. And he's like, "Hey, where's Alan?" And she's like, "Why do you not give a fuck about tequila?"
Yeah, he said. He's like, "Where the fuck is Alan?" And she's like, "You're mean to my boyfriend."
And he's like, "I'm sorry." That's what he says. He's like, "I'm sorry."
I like that moment.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
He's like, "I'm sorry."
I did like that moment. And they kind of awkwardly say sorry to each other.
Yeah.
And then I like the kind of like, they're paired up for a few scenes. You know, in the hospital, and they see they go up to like the head doctor.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what they call it, but like the boss of the hospital.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're crazy. We can't evacuate when when there's a terrorist threat.
Yeah.
We can't do that. And I just like how pissed off they get at him. I don't know, because he's like, what does he say to him? Yeah, he's like, I'll cut your dick off. Like, I will cut your dick off if you don't let us evacuate. And then eventually, like, they're arguing with him, and the girlfriend just like pulls the fire alarm. Yeah. And then they're cops, so she's like, it's illegal not to evacuate, even if it's a false alarm. I thought that was pretty cool. I like the girlfriend. Yeah.
But the villains start going crazy here.
And then the villain goes nuts.
They start wetting up motherfuckers.
So I thought it was pretty cool.
A hostage situation.
That it was pretty cool that like now we have an indicator of like the bad guys are like in the police like the hospital security.
Yeah.
So like I guess all the hospital security guys were like trying out gang members, and I don't know, that was pretty cool. And also I think some of the patients, right?
No, I think some of the patients were undercover on. Like Tequila side.
They were cops.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they were like, actual cops.
Interesting.
Because I remember when they're on the stairs and they're like telling them like don't do anything.
Right.
And then one of them pulls out.
Oh yes, that's what I was thinking of. Yes. Okay. That was badass.
Yeah. Again, that's more just the whole undercover thing, These lines, who's who? I don't know.
You never know what you might find.
Yeah, who's good, who's bad
in Hong Kong.
Yeah, seriously.
You want to go to Hong Kong?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. You want to go to anywhere else in China?
Where's the Great Wall? That'd be cool, I guess.
I think that's
I don't know where that's at.
All the way down the street.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'd go there. I have friends who've been to China.
What about?
They like it.
What about the that one village that they based Kung Fu Panda
on? Yeah, that's probably nice.
Did you ever see that?
I didn't see Kung Fu Panda, no.
No, I mean like they show the village. It looks just like it.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Like there's actually like photographers that like went and scouted locations.
Oh.
There's like a cool Kung Fu Panda location.
That is cool.
That's a lie.
No. It sounds believable.
I couldn't think of any other places in China. But anyways, so what? I know we're gearing up towards the epic part where he steals the police outfit, but I don't remember. Is there anything that happens before that?
Where who steals the police outfit?
Alan.
He steals the police outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he does wear it. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's technically like
the I remember
security.
Yeah, if when you think like he's like, oh, I have him tequila or whatever, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's like the hospital security guys.
That was awesome. So that's that other like kind of Mexican standoff type moment that you were talking about, where they kind of someone catches Tequila and Alan, and they all have like their guns pointed at each other, and then they cut to Tequila being walked out to the hostages, and they're like, "I got a fucking cop," and then it turns out that was Alan, like in a Yakuza, like the security outfit.
Yeah.
Yakuza. Triad, excuse me. Respect to those terrible fucking gangs as well. Yeah. But that was epic.
It went good.
That was very epic. Yeah. It's kind of a classic Western type trick. I don't mean like culturally Western, like stylistically, like cowboy.
Yeah.
It's like a cowboy trick.
Yeah.
Kind of moment. That was pretty epic.
It was epic.
Yeah.
And there's also the babies. We can talk about that.
I like the babies.
Thing. All the babies are fucking crying because they hear gunshots outside.
But you know how to fix that.
You put cotton balls.
You push cotton in their ears. Yeah.
And so that's what she's mostly doing in this sequence. Teresa is helping
help
the babies out, helping them get out the hospital while the fucking villains are killing a bunch of innocent patients and whatnot.
Tons of innocent people are dying.
Pretty insane.
Yeah.
But luckily the poor babies are living.
Well, yeah. Well, none of the babies die, right?
Yeah.
Or does one of them die?
No.
Well, we want to keep the suspense out.
Because
we don't know.
That'd be fucked up if they did.
No, that'd be really fucked up. When I was watching it, I never even had a moment where I was like, "Oh no, the baby's gonna die." I was like, "They ain't killing. They can't kill."
That'd be fucked.
Because they kill everyone else though.
Yeah.
Definitely, but there's no kids in the hospital though. Which is that kind of reminded me of Grand Theft Auto 2.
Yeah.
It was like we're not even gonna bother having no kids. Except the babies, obviously, but that's like a thing.
Yeah.
It's weird to call like a room full of like babies in incubators like a set piece, but like they're kind of just there for a set piece.
It is, yeah. Can we skip ahead to that bit? Because so for a good like 20 minutes where you're just getting action throughout the hospital.
Yeah,
and then
a lot of innocent people dying, a lot of cops in nightgowns. So the babies are slowly being taken out and rescued by I guess that's like SWAT type people.
Yeah.
They're helping the beautiful Teresa character. Save them all, and there's one left. But it's starting to get pretty heated.
It is.
And Tequila say, go with them, get out of here.
Yeah, I'll go get the baby.
I'll get the baby.
Yeah.
And there's like one baby left that's like crying when she was about to leave, and she's like, oh no, I forgot. But yeah, he goes and gets it instead. He's like, you go, be safe.
Yeah.
Be safe in the parking lot where they're gunning people down from the windows.
Yeah.
No, anyways. But yeah, so he goes and gets the baby.
He does.
And he says, coochie coochie coo to the baby.
Because, you know why? Because he's hard-boiled.
Ah.
He's hard-boiled. You think he's hard, but he actually has a soft side.
Oh, he's a little soft side. I wonder if he wants a little Rugrat one day with his beautiful girlfriend. Maybe. What if he does?
He's a hard-boiled guy.
What if he does? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But no, I genuinely I was like, oh, this is a sweet moment. I liked it. You know what I mean?
I like it too. I like when the blood go on the baby.
It did, yeah.
And the baby giggles.
That's when you see the bullet hole.
Oh, that's blood from him getting shot, isn't it? Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So of course, he's fucking dudes up.
And at this point, the hospital's on fire. Right?
Yeah. And somebody gets on his leg, and that's when the baby pees on him.
Right. Yeah, that classic one. That's funny. That's a good one.
That's funny. Now that was funny.
Now that made when I saw that in the theater, my whole theater said, my whole theater said, yep.
And of course, he helps the baby escape.
Doesn't he?
That sweet little baby.
Aww.
Gets him out. And then I think at that point, it's like only like the main dude left in the hospital or whatever. And Alan's like, I had to go get him. Like the main villain or whatever.
Yeah.
And Alan's like, I'm going in. And Tico's like, no.
Yeah, and that's one of the moments too where like the smile, like he does that kind of smile back at him.
Yeah.
But it's like it feels more,
more genuine.
A little more warm.
A little
more tender.
Yeah.
A little less hard boiled.
Oh, yeah.
See, am I getting it now?
No, it is hard boiled.
Oh, is it?
Because
No, actually, it was hard
soft.
boiled. Okay.
You know, he's a hard guy, but it's soft.
Right.
It's his soft side. Exactly.
But yeah, so he has to go get him.
Yeah.
This time. But does he?
Does he? Well, you see, he pulls out. He gets the best of him, and he pulls him out with the gun.
Oh, we didn't mention the guy though.
Oh, the eye patch guy.
Yeah, the eye patch guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing a whole like. This was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just him and Alan, like the eye patch guy and Alan.
Yeah.
And they're having an epic fight, and they're going back and forth, they're sending shots, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they show.
Oh yeah. So they want the patient to get out of the way.
Yeah, that's
so they can fight. So it's like he has like some honor,
But like when they're
up.
fighting, through that whole scene, they're kind of like running around the room and like pushing each other into a new room or some shit like that or whatever. And they kind of keep fighting, and they don't reveal that there's like a whole group of hostages below them.
Yeah.
Until they're both kind of pointed at this nurse's head that happens to be in the middle of them.
Yeah.
And then they kind of both slowly like. It's a good like tense moment because they kind of like.
Yeah.
Like follow each other. Like one of them puts the tip of the gun against the concrete, the other one does it, and then they slowly put their guns down. Like I don't know, it's a good moment.
Yeah.
And they kind of they ease it off, and then
that's what was happening while Chow Yun-fat was rescuing the baby or whatever.
Right.
He was doing that.
He was fighting the eye patch guy.
Yeah.
And so once he realizes that the eye patch guy kind of, the eye patch guy is like, this is fucked up. Like I don't want to.
Yeah, like he just wanted to kill him. Like he doesn't want to kill like these innocent.
Yeah, I don't want to blow through this nurse's brain,
Yeah.
To kill you. And also, one thing that's really fucked up during this part is that like there's like it's like a group of hostages kind of like holding each other in the floor, and then like not in the middle of them, but like with them is like just like a face down dead woman.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, man, and it's just like a bunch of other patients and shit. I don't know, it's really fucked up, but and then the boss man comes in.
Yeah, and he just starts shooting, right?
And he immediately starts shooting at fucking. No, he doesn't even start shooting at Alan.
Yeah.
He starts he sprays across the room to kill the patients first.
That's when I was like, Jesus Christ. That's when I was like, shit, this is hard to watch.
I was like, there ain't no reason.
Yeah.
There ain't no reason. For me, the worst part in terms of like that kind of thing was definitely them shooting from the windows.
That was
just
bad,
shooting the people running away.
I
was like, that is so fucked. Like that's some actual like Aurora shooting.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I feel like if I were in that situation, I felt like if I were out of the hospital, I feel like okay, I would think I was safe at that point.
Yeah, because like I'm not a threat to these people anymore. Like I'm definitely not a hostage anymore. Like whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I gonna say to the cops? Like, oh, it was an Asian guy. Like, like so I'm not like a threat to them. Like,
well, at that point, the cops already know who the fuck they are.
Yeah. And they're having a fucking huge Splatoon battle in the hospital. But yeah, so the main villain guy, he mows them all down. And then the eye patch guy, he does get a shot off. But his gun, I think his gun runs out of bullets, right?
Yeah.
He just gets one shot off, which I was like, it is cool that he has like a little redemption moment.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't do anything after that.
Mm-hmm.
Like after that, he doesn't. I wanted him to still like, I want him to be badass, like and be a good guy for a second. But
yeah.
He doesn't really get to do that, but that's okay. And then what does he do? Shotgun blast him in the fucking chest or something?
Something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, fucking the main bad guy murders him.
Yeah.
And I said no. And then him and Alan start fighting, right?
Yeah. Well, he runs back in. At some point, he like runs back into the flames to go after him. I don't remember exactly how he ended up in that situation. But
Well, yeah, because he sees him with the baby, right? And he's like, "Take care of the baby."
Yeah.
And he runs off.
So I think, did the eye patch guy like tell him to go? Was it something like that? I can't remember.
I don't know.
It was something.
I do remember the boss guy being like, "Oh, the boss guy's like, I'll blow up the fucking hospital if you shoot me." Right? Yeah. Is that it?
I think he does say that. Yeah.
At that point, which is like it's already on fire and everyone's already out of the building, but I guess you kill them both if you do that. So I don't know. And then what happens after that?
But to what I was saying before, he ran in to go bring him out, and then he brings him out as like a hostage or whatever.
Right, okay.
And then he starts emasculating Tequila, because of course Tequila does not want him to die. He does not want to lose another partner.
No.
So he tells Tequila to slap himself and shit, and tell him that he's impotent. I was like, Jesus.
That was silly.
It was silly.
Yeah, and then he's like, he just keeps taking it so far, and he's like, oh yeah, like take your pants off and whatever. And this is badass, and fucking like Alan grabs the gun. I like this too because it feels so. It's super goofy, obviously, but it also feels like true to the villain guy because he's just like such a dickhead.
Yeah, yeah.
And it makes sense that if you're doing something like that where you're trying to taunt someone and you're like, oh, take your pants off, like it's like you would be like distracted, you know, distracted enough to have like your hand pulled away.
Yeah.
So yeah, Alan grabs the gun and forces him to shoot like
both of them
through. He shoots through himself into the other guy.
Yeah.
Which is epic.
And then Tequila shoots him in the head right after that.
So, yeah, we Evan showed up like while I was finishing the movie.
Yeah.
And when he got shot in the head, it was like so what's the word? Like,
he shoots him like right in the eye, doesn't he?
Yeah, like Osama.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just the effect of it. It looked great and it sounded great and there was like a huge punch to it. I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that was one of the better like I guess because it's not like a million bullets flying at once.
Yeah.
So you kind of get to feel it, but yeah, it felt like there was a lot of care put into that last shot.
Yeah, it was a good team up moment.
That last blow up, great team up.
A great team up.
True Batman and Robin.
And then of course
Hong Kong.
You think Alan is dead because he just shot himself.
Well, yeah, of course.
And you see them like because earlier they burned the other officers, his original partner's like file and whatnot. Like you said, some juxtaposition here. They burned his file after he died and whatnot. Because I don't know why the fuck you would burn his paperwork after he dies, but whatever. it looked cool, so.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's like a little cremation thing. I don't know.
But yeah, they're burning his paperwork, and you think, oh, he's dead. But then you hear back to him talking about what he would want to do if he weren't doing the job, because of course he's hard boiled. You know, he has other interests besides the job. You know. He's only hard on the outside, of course. He wants to go to Antarctica. He's like Jesse, except Jesse wanted to go to Alaska, but you know.
And he's like
Antarctica, really? What the fuck are you gonna do in Antarctica? Dude?
Yeah, I don't think you should go there.
Go to Alaska. Be like Jesse.
Alaska's at least like something.
What if we get a spin-off with him and Jesse in Alaska?
And they bump into each other?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I would say, why did you leave Antarctica?
Because he's like too cold.
Because he's hard boiled.
Yeah. Because he's hard boiled. He's too cold. He needs other people.
He was like, yeah, I was a little, you know, my eyes were bigger than my stomach type of thing.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know.
And so he goes to Alaska, and him and Jesse meet.
And
Would you watch
it?
it?
What do they do?
They're like, it's a comedy.
They have a bake-off.
It's a comedy. They have a bake-off.
Yeah, it's called Big Jesse's Bake-Off.
Would you watch it?
Yeah, I would watch it.
I'm gonna pitch that.
You should.
To Vince and John. I'm gonna get John Woo and Vince Gilligan in a room together and be like,
if you ever
hear me out.
If you're ever able to find them in an elevator.
Yeah. Oh, now hear me out, fellas.
No, I think I have a fucking idea for you two. Gentlemen. But yeah, so he lives.
Yeah, he does live.
He lives.
Because you get him on the boat sailing away.
Yeah. He says, I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
Remember that?
So, they burned his file and whatnot, just, I guess, to make the gangs think he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he goes away to live his life. And then we get a little jazzy end.
And he dumps his
music.
little
the cranes,
the cranes into the So you know what that signifies, Evan?
Oh.
He's forgiven himself.
He's forgiven himself, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like all the souls floating away.
No, he no longer values human life.
No, he doesn't.
That's what that means.
No, he doesn't.
But yeah, epic movie.
Good movie, yeah.
Right?
I enjoyed
epic
it.
movie. I give it a 2 out of 3 stars.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. That's pretty good.
8 out of 10 for me.
I would round it up, but we don't round up around here.
No.
No, 2 out of 3. I appreciate the movie. I like the movie. I like the characters.
Me too.
And I'm excited to watch The Killer on my own time.
Yeah, good movie.
On my own time. And Face Off as well.
And Face Off, of course.
I'm not watching Face Off.
Oh, well, that's a good movie. You should watch it.
Is it really?
Yeah, of course. Face Off is good.
Face Off is one of those Nostalgia Critic movies.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Where, you know, if Nostalgia Critic has a video about it and he's doing a funny face on the thumbnail,
yeah,
that means it's bad.
Oh. Well, I mean, this dude literally shit on the Raimi trilogy. You cannot trust what this man says.
If you shit on the Raimi trilogy, you're kind of a dunce.
Yeah, so.
But, yeah, it's like what movie did we watch? Oh, Little Nicky, maybe? Where he said it was terrible, but it was actually, like, good.
I have no idea.
There's a few movies we've done that were like... Oh, AI! He also shit on AI.
Well, fuck him.
Yeah, he's kind of a dunderhead, but he's cool, and he's just he's just having a bit of fun.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I
don't think the Nostalgia Critic has ever really necessarily claimed to be like a critic.
It's in his name.
It's kind of in name only. Ever hear about
that? Yeah.
Much like Hard Boiled and its characters.
No, because they're hard boiled. They're soft on the inside.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
You know, like a hard boiled egg.
Yeah.
The outside's hard, but on the inside it's soft.
Well, yeah, sure.
So they're hard boiled.
Yeah.
So it's accurate, but like you said, it's a misnomer.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they're also like an onion.
Oh yeah, they have layers.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be a cool
crossover.
Crossover. I was gonna say layers.
Huh?
No, that would be a cool action movie.
Layers.
Yeah, it would be, you call it layers.
That would suck.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be terrible.
Well, I was gonna do it.
That'd be like calling a movie like Complex.
Like,
or something like that.
That would be awesome. Do you want to do hard-boiled trivia?
I would love to.
Now, in our new setup, Dylan cannot see the screen, so these will be all a surprise to him.
Oh my god.
These will all be a surprise.
Oh my god.
Are you ready for this, Dylan?
Sure.
During the filming of the scene in which Tequila is running down the exploding hallway with the baby in his arms and explosions at his back, it was shot twice as John Woo wasn't happy with the first take. The explosions were too far behind Chow Yun-fat.
Oh god.
For the second take, he took control of the explosives button and set it up far closer than Chow was expecting. Jesus Christ. He was really running for his life. Like, they put that in quotation, so I think, like, John Woo said that. Chow apparently was professional enough to act how it looked after the shot was finished, but then he turns around and says, "That motherfucker." I don't blame him. I would be pretty pissed.
Yeah, that's probably illegal, but I don't know. That's pretty funny, though.
I hope the baby was just a prop in that scene.
That's the first thing I thought. I bet it was, but I don't know. I feel like the only time it was a real baby was when it was like a close-up.
Oh, I knew this reminded me of something. When earlier in the movie, he has the gun in the flower box.
Don't tell me.
Don't
tell me.
No, because I was thinking, I was like, oh, what movie was that name? It reminded me of something.
It's either The Godfather or Scarface, right?
No.
Well, fuck you. What is it in?
Terminator 2.
Oh, yeah, the shotgun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using the shotgun in the rose box was an original idea in both this film and Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Is it coincidence that they both came up with it at the same time? Because, of course, Terminator 2 came out in 91 and this came out in 92. In its appearance in this film, it is not a reference to or a copy of Terminator 2. It was used in two influential earlier films, Dog Day Afternoon and The Killing, Stanley Kubrick. So
I've heard of Dog Day Afternoon. What is that?
I think that's the one where he like robs the bank. I still have not seen it.
Bank robber movie?
Yeah. I still have not seen that movie, so.
Interesting.
The tea house where the first sequence was filmed was demolished 5 days after John Woo was done. During filming, the neighbors called the police every night to complain about gunfire, but the cops were fans of Woo, so they allowed him to complete shooting every night. That's cool.
Wait, so it was like... Oh. I guess that's what happens when you shoot things in the real world.
Yeah, probably. Body count, 307.
How many do you think, how many of those do you think are not involved in the hospital?
Probably like 200 or something. Probably like 100 people die in the hospital.
I feel like it's like 200 people die in the hospital.
Oh, maybe.
I could be wrong.
I'm not sure. They didn't give us a breakdown. They just say body count.
Well, what's it called? Hard-boiled kill count coming soon.
Yeah. Let's make that. John Woo had previously been criticized for glamoring gangsters in his films, so he decided to make this film glamorizing the police.
I don't know if
you can't do that. You can't do that in 2022.
In 2022, maybe in 1992.
You know what's funny? Back then they were like, "Oh, don't glorify the gangsters," but now they're like, "Damn." Because of the shooting schedule, the crew had only one chance to perform the continuous take during the gun battle in the hospital. Oh, that's cool.
Well, they nailed it.
They nailed it.
Good job.
Many of Tequila's mannerisms, such as playing the clarinet, yes, so it was a clarinet,
No.
were taken from a real cop John Woo interviewed for the film. Tequila's love of jazz is taken from Woo himself.
Ah.
There you go.
Hmm.
John Woo's a bit of a jazz fan.
Well, that's that reminds me of the next movie I'm gonna pick. It's called La La Land.
Oh, nice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
That was a bit of a joke because Evan doesn't like La La Land.
Well, if you chose it, I'd have no choice but to rewatch it.
Well, I think that you have some right of refusal
Oh,
for certain things.
I guess that's true.
Well, how about you get one a year? We get one a year where you can outright refuse. Now, as long as you don't pick a fucking snuff film, I'm cool. I'll watch it.
Oh. Damn, I'm going to choose a snuff film.
Well, we can watch that together.
Yeah.
And we hold each other.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But we won't review it on the podcast.
No, it'll just be a personal thing for us. Yeah.
Like many of John Woo's other films, elements of the film's action sequences were improvised, such as the famous staircase slide in the tea house, of course, as I mentioned.
Legendary.
I didn't know it was improvised, but...
good for him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I couldn't do that.
Chow Yun-fat came up with the idea of using flour in the climax of the tea house shoe house.
That was
Yeah,
badass.
yeah,
We didn't
with
even talk
flour.
about that.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about that because it's like one step removed from like him being like tarred and feathered.
Mm.
It's like that kind of thing. It's like cooler than that.
I thought it was kind of goofy him holding a dead partner while being covered in flour.
I thought it was fucking badass.
It looked a little goofy. I didn't mind it, of course.
Because now he's just a ghost in mourning.
Yeah,
himself.
exactly.
Yes.
No, because
And the blood
he's like
is
a
on his
hard-boiled
hands.
egg. It's the white outside, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
What do you know about hard-boiled eggs, Evan? You're a vegan.
I used to like eggs,
No, you didn't.
but not anymore.
You're a vegan. You don't know about that.
Yeah. This was John Woo's last Hong Kong film before going to Hollywood. According to the Dragon Dynasty commentary, it was never meant to be Woo's last film there. It was at this point that the heroic bloodshed genre, which Woo and a couple other directors were famous for, was coming to an end, as the Hong Kong audience were more interested in comedies. However, when John heard that this movie had extreme positive reactions from an American audience, which was rare at that time, that was when he first made the decision to go to Hollywood. From there, he made the American film Hard Target, and continued with Broken Arrow, Face Off, Mission Impossible 2, Wind Talkers, and Paycheck. In 2007, he went back to China to direct a two-part epic period film, Red Cliff and Red Cliff 2. So there you go.
Back to your roots. Yeah, he hasn't made too much I've heard of. I've heard of Hard Boiled. I've heard of obviously Mission Impossible.
I think
I've heard of Broken Arrow.
The movies I've seen they've made are The Killer, this, Face Off, and I think there's another one I saw. What other John Woo movie did I see?
Mission Impossible 2.
No, not Mission. I didn't see Mission Impossible 2. I'll watch them all before the new one comes out. I feel like there is another movie.
Well, I'm actually on Mission Impossible 2, I guess, but I also hear that's the worst one, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, poor John Woo.
Sorry, John.
It was also... I know I saw another movie directed. What was it? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I did. Anyways.
No, but I was going to say, I watched the first Mission Impossible. It was pretty badass.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Have you seen it?
No, I've seen 3, 4, and I think I saw 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to overhype it or anything.
Mm.
The first one is good.
Yeah, I've heard it.
I was not expecting it to be good.
I've heard good things.
To be honest.
I did like part 3.
I was expecting some, like, Jack Reacher bullshit.
At the time when part 3 came out, I think I only watched it because, like, I think I was interested in J.J. Abrams. That was, like, because I had first started to be getting interested in the shit he was making. So that was the only reason I had watched it. But Mission Impossible 3 is really good.
Is that one J.J. Abrams?
Yeah, he directed it.
Yeah.
So.
I guess they just get whoever, huh?
I think that was, like, his first, like... That was, like, the first, like... Because he had mostly been doing TV before then. That was, like, his first, like, major, like, Hollywood movie he directed, I think. Mission Impossible 3.
And people like that one, right?
Yeah, it's a good movie. It was a good movie. Part 4 was also good. I think that was the one that Brad Bird directed. I liked it.
Yeah, see, they just get anybody, right? They just, like, get Tom Cruise and a good director. We'll see if it works.
Well, it worked.
Except for John Woo.
Oh.
Right?
I guess so.
I don't know. That's
Maybe
what
it's
people
good.
say.
I'll see it then.
You want to do a mission? Maybe we should do a Mission Impossible movie or something.
I don't know if I want to do part 2 on the podcast, but I'll watch it.
Well, no, we don't got to do part 2 necessarily, but I don't know, maybe like Ghost Protocol or something.
Oh, maybe.
You have any cool more facts?
More than 200 guns were used in the film, all of which were real. Due to Hong Kong's strict gun laws, the weapons had to be imported specifically from England and inspected by the Hong Kong police before they could be used on set. The production also had to import a substantial quantity of blank ammunition. In total, over 100,000 rounds of blank ammunition would be fired during the filming of the movie.
At least no one's gonna like go crazy, go Alec Baldwin and shoot someone.
That's true.
Because you didn't even have any real ammo.
Yeah, true.
That's good.
But what on the Alec Baldwin thing? Wasn't it supposed to be a blank?
Well,
I thought it was.
Obviously, it wasn't because he shot.
Yeah, but I thought it was like they fucked up.
Like
or
it messed
something.
up.
Yeah.
I
don't really know.
I'm like 90% sure it was a real bullet.
No, obviously it was a real bullet, but I thought it was supposed to be a blank. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Kind of like the Crow or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. When it's like this and you have to buy all the guns and buy all the blanks, you're not gonna get a
okay, I see.
a bullet in there because no one's like an actual gun guy because they don't have guns.
I see what you mean.
Because I assume that's what happened. Is like I don't know, someone's personal shit got mixed up or something. I don't know. Or he maliciously killed that fucking poor woman.
I don't know. I don't know too much about.
According to the courts, that
the
didn't
background
happen,
of that story.
So never mind.
Is that true?
He's innocent.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought the court case was still going on.
No, I'm pretty sure he was absolved of any wrongdoing.
I don't think it's over. I think the trial's still going.
Well, that's up to the court to decide.
But I don't know.
If not,
I don't know. I haven't kept up with that. I don't give a shit about Alec Baldwin.
Me either. Yeah. He's good in Boss Baby too.
Yeah, they even good in that.
Yeah.
What's funny? We'll probably because of that we probably will never get part 3. Probably, I'm serious. Because of that, we probably will never get.
They should have. They should have Toby
come
back.
The TV. What did he do? The TV, the Netflix series.
He did.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Pretty sure he did. That.
Well, yeah.
The Netflix show.
Yeah.
But they should get Toby to come back.
They should.
And Toby can play the Boss Baby's son. Or the brother. He played the older brother of Boss Baby.
In part 1.
He should play the baby of the brother of the
That's a good idea.
So like his nephew.
But he already had a daughter. That was in part 2.
But his nephew.
Now he has a son.
No.
Okay.
Toby. Well, yeah, and then the daughter can be, like the Boss Baby.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
She can be the sister character to the, or fucking like the older sibling character.
Yeah.
The sister can be, and then Toby is the baby.
And then you never find out what happened to the OG Boss Baby.
No, there's just like a big memorial to him.
Yeah.
In the Boss Baby world.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, see, that's a great idea.
I'd watch it.
We need to get note to our secretary. Get John Woo on the horn, okay?
And Vince Gilligan.
Get Vince Gilligan on the horn, and also if you could page
DreamWorks
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Toby, I guess. Great ideas.
Good idea.
You can say a lot of things about RNS podcast, but we don't have bad ideas.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Is there any other cool hard-boiled facts?
Let me find a cool one. The hospital scene took 40 days to shoot.
Sounds like hell.
Yeah. Well, like we mentioned, that is like a whole hour of the movie. So
that's true. And I mean, not all of it's like on fire.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is.
Yeah. So,
yeah, you know what part stood out to me? This kind of doesn't mean anything, but when he was talking about wanting to be a musician, and he was like, in life you should be having fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, you are having fun. You're in a movie.
That's true.
You're acting in a movie.
It's a little bit of a meta joke.
Yeah, you're playing pretend. Was it?
No, I was joking.
Oh, I don't know.
I was joking.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, in 2007, of course, a sequel was released in the form of a video game, Stranglehold.
Really?
And
why was it called Stranglehold?
I don't know. I didn't play it.
Was it for 2007?
Yeah, it was for PS2.
Ah.
And Chow Yun-fat and John Woo were both in it. I feel like it was around that time that they were making sequel video games. Like they did the Scarface one, they did the Godfather one. You know what I mean?
They were doing some weird ass stuff. Yeah.
It was around the same time.
That's very weird.
Yeah, because you remember they did Scarface,
Of
they
course.
did Godfather.
Oh yeah. Sopranos.
Did they do Sopranos?
There's a Sopranos one too.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. Very, very strange. Like the straight to video game sequels.
That's epic.
Those are like, I wish those still existed.
That's badass.
Those are badass. Like the Spider-Man 3 game.
Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
Is it a sequel?
Some of it.
Oh.
Some of it has elements from Spider-Man 4 that were never used.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? I know there was a Spider-Man 4 game in development that you can see the...
But some of the stuff in Spider-Man 3 was like part of Spider-Man 4. Like Lizard. Like they used a lizard.
Oh, but Spider-Man 4 was supposed to be Vulture, not Lizard. It was going to be John Malkovich Vulture.
Well, I'm still right. Well, I guess it's also... Wait, no. Which one is it? One of the Spider-Man games, it might be one of the TASM games, is like a sequel. But a lot of those games have like sequel elements where they're like...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well,
yeah.
like one villain's not enough for like video games,
yeah.
so we gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't really do...
Licensed games don't even really...
they don't do them really too much now.
They do like original stuff with IPs, but they don't like adapt anything.
Yeah, they don't really do that anymore.
Yeah, so...
I feel like that stopped like early PS3 era, around where they did like the final ones.
Yeah, I miss that.
I don't, because usually the game sucked more often.
But like, how interesting is that? Like this fucking Hong Kong not kung fu. Sorry, that's fucking racist. Action. This Hong Kong action movie has a straight to PS2 sequel.
I should play it.
Can that be our first Let's Play?
Yeah,
on the channel. RNS plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. That's what I choose for next week. for my next pick.
Good choice.
Thank you.
John Woo wanted a jazz soundtrack in The Killer, but was overruled by Hark Soo, whoever that is. He got to do it with this film.
Fucking loser is who that was.
He got to do it.
It's badass.
The Tea House sequence in the film was shot before the script was even written.
Really?
That's interesting.
Well, I guess there's an element of like... I kind of thought about this while I was watching the movie, because there's a pretty big chunk of time where no action happens. I think it maybe takes like 20 minutes from like the tea shop, all that stuff, to like the next action scene.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. I was thinking about that. I was like... They wanted to get... They do that in a lot of movies where they're like, okay, here's what you came for.
Yeah.
Like, here's what you paid for so you don't leave. And then... You know, they keep on trucking.
Yeah,
so.
it's a good way to start a movie.
It's interesting that
it's
it
a
was
good
like,
hook.
It is a good hook,
if you will.
I think not to bring up the MCU, Evan, but I am. But I think that's the MCU gets like, it takes that to like the 11th degree. You know what I mean?
I do.
Where they're like, okay, not only are we gonna like take like, okay, they want an action scene in the beginning, let's work on that first. And then they're like, let's make every other scene where there would be any CGI, and let's make that too.
Yeah.
And then we'll hire a director.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. And
then we'll hire Evan's friend, Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin. Congratulations.
If you're listening, hey, buddy.
This is interesting. Although John Woo told his cast that the film would be more gritty and not as stylish as his previous films, it became more stylish as filming began. He couldn't help himself.
He couldn't help himself.
He really couldn't help himself.
I like that.
Me too.
But I can... You know what I said earlier? Like, I felt like that first scene with the jazz club, you know, I was like, this feels kind of like gritty, like noir, or like, maybe not noir, you know what I mean, though. And then it just goes off the wall.
Yeah.
So I feel, but yeah.
Logic is very boring, said John Woo in regard to how he crafts his characters and scenes. When I'm shooting, I do what I feel. I'm free and open. He adds that he also has no love for film theory or proper film language, and instead simply uses what he wants. That's interesting.
Chad.
Yeah, cool.
Giga Chad.
No problem with that.
I mean, clearly it works. So,
I mean, he made a good movie. He made a good movie. So.
Hell yeah. I couldn't make no good movie.
Me either.
Hard Boiled. That's a good movie. Maybe check your notes next time when you make a Mission Impossible movie, though.
He did what he wanted.
No, I don't know if it's good or not. To be fair, I don't know if it's good or not.
Me either.
So. That's just what I hear.
Let's see. Members of the cast and crew stayed in the hospital for days, often losing track of time of day. Jesus.
Oh. That reminds me of something I heard about Evil Dead recently.
Yeah.
They were all sleeping in that fucking cabin.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
That sounds dope.
Yeah.
Sounds like hell.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
It's not evil, IRL.
But it's still a shitty fucking cabin with, like, all your movie shit all over the place.
That's true.
You have to just, like, stay there for 2 weeks or whatever.
That sounds fun.
That sounds fucking terrible.
Of course, this film, out of print, this film is part of the Criterion Collection, Spine number 9.
Is it?
It is. This and The Killer both are, but they are both very out of print.
Excuse me.
So.
What is Spine?
They're numbered. The Criterion Collection, like as each movie comes on.
This is the 9th movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this and The Killer were both pretty early.
It's just like my Funko Pops.
Yeah.
My
exactly.
God.
Exactly.
I thought Spine was maybe going to be like a different wave. They're like different
no,
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the 9th movie they released.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, at least they were doing us a service, you know?
Well, I think after they went... Because the Laserdiscs weren't labeled. They were doing Laserdiscs first, but after they went to DVD, they started numbering them.
Oh, so this was a DVD.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's never been on Blu-ray?
I don't think so. It might be, but if it is, it's out of print. But
right.
Criterion definitely did not release it on Blu-ray. They only had the DVD.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's very out of print. And expensive as well, I think, to get a copy of it. I know a lot of bootlegs, at least for The Killer, got made of like the Criterion version. It's not actually... I think to get an actual one is pretty expensive.
Imagine being in the Criterion bootleg market.
That sounds cool.
Imagine that's your job.
That would be cool.
We should make a movie about that.
They should.
We should.
Yeah. Oh, we should, yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's made a movie about, bootlegging DVDs.
There must be some.
I haven't seen one.
No, I've definitely seen a movie where there's like a...
Where that's like the premise of the movie?
Wait, isn't Fast and the Furious?
I haven't seen Fast.
I think the Fast and the Furious I think that's their criminal organization makes bootleg DVDs. I think.
Oh.
I might be wrong.
Well, I know in Itchy the Killer, they were like... Part of what they were doing was like bootleg porn or whatever.
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
But my point is though, it's like that'd be like it's not like an action movie. The movie is about bootleggers.
Yeah.
Just like it'll be about normal dudes.
But yeah, I might be wrong. Maybe they were like stealing DVD players.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Fast and the Furious, but I in my head I imagine they had like a trunk full of like Shark Tale DVDs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Or Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Poor Walter White. That was all he was left to watch.
You can't... 2 copies.
2 copies.
2 copies. Nonetheless. Who gives that to him?
It's
the hider guy, right?
Yeah.
Like Ed the Disappearer.
Robert Forster's character,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not a movie guy.
Yeah. Jesus. Poor Walter White. Poor Walter White.
Well, he kind of,
Of course, he had it coming.
What if he might deserve worse? I don't know.
He had it coming. Yeah. The Mr. Megorium. Let's see. Maybe I'll go to spoiler trivia. Oh, let me just say this, because of one. John Woo believes that rather than be mere tools in a film, actors are the soul of a movie. So there you go. Because I think we mentioned the tool thing in another episode. I don't remember which one, but there you go.
Well, me and Evan are a bit more art-oriented.
I never gave my opinion on it. I was just saying, we were talking about somebody who said that. I never gave my opinion on that.
Didn't you?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well,
I probably would be that way. I'd probably be like, yeah, you just fucking do what I say.
You do what I say.
Yeah.
You do what I say. Now, I think it's definitely like a collaborative thing, but it's hard to say like what the soul of a movie is. I don't know.
That's
it's
true.
Kind of tough.
Well,
I guess this
is just one man's opinion.
Oh, this is just a humble John Woo opinion. Yeah. But I don't know. I just think it's an interesting subject.
I agree.
Like, I guess it is just the animal, human kind of like when you see a face, like you attach yourself to that.
Yeah, of course.
Like, what's the soul of RNS podcast? Is it the big blue letters? Is it
the thumbnail?
Is it the audio quality
of each episode?
Is it the lovingly cut audio edits?
Possibly.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Hmm.
John Woo doesn't watch films with a... We think kind of earlier to what we were saying earlier that you mentioned. John Woo doesn't watch films with a critical lens and instead trying to get something from everything. From movie to Van Gogh paintings to Bugs Bunny cartoons. I feel like you can kind of see that in his movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're kind of artsy, but they're also goofy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he tries to... he just makes something with his own sensibilities.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That's the only kind of director that's fun to watch. You know?
Maybe.
I mean, if you're watching it for... like a sense of style, like you're not watching it for the story, you're not watching it for the actors. If you're watching something for like the, you know, the actual epic of it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if you're watching it for like the, I think I said style when I said not watching it. You know what I mean. If you're watching it for like the tone and the style of it, that's what you want to see. Is a guy like that.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's stupid. Can I tell you the stupid one that someone wrote?
Yeah.
Nobody clicked as interesting. The name of this movie is actually an Easter egg because Easter eggs can be hard boiled.
That was just like some mom.
Yeah.
I was like, this is funny.
Anyways. Spoiler trivia. The now famous long take of Tequila and Alan shooting through two floors full of henchmen in the hospital lasts 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah, you can perfectly time that to what's the word? I don't know. I can't think of fast enough to be funny. I don't know. I was trying to think of the name of that song.
Dark Side of the Moon?
No. I can't. Write You a Love Song. You know that song?
Who's that by? Is that like Taylor Swift or something?
No. It's someone epicer. I said write you a love song just to ask for it.
Who is that?
Need one. It's like Ashley McBeal or some bullshit. I don't know. But I like that song because it's I never knew what it was about, and then I found out that it was about her like saying like, "Oh fuck you" to her label, because they wanted her to write a love song.
Oh, girl boss.
Girl boss. I like her. I do.
According to Dragon Dynasty's interview with John Woo, Alan was originally slated to die from the gunshot wound to his stomach shortly after Tequila killed Johnny Wong. This perhaps with the initial intent of spinning the shot away from Alan's body on the street in the current film, which some have misconstrued to symbolize his soul departing. But the filming crew involved in shooting the scene was emotionally sad with the outcome and pleaded for Woo to let Alan live. As a result, Woo relented and allowed Alan to sail off into the Antarctic. I think that was a better decision because it's like, you know, Tequila already lost his other partner at the beginning of the movie. It would kind of suck if like both of them die. You know what I mean?
I think maybe in my opinion, this is just my opinion, Evan. But this kind of is like, it's an easier change to be like, oh, he lived. Like that's an easier change. But I think maybe if Tequila died instead of Alan, I think that would be good. I think that might be a better...
Oh, so you're just going off the rails. You're saying something completely
different. Going kind of fucking nutty. You're not even reading the script
anymore. No, Tequila
anymore.
Can't die.
Why not?
Because he's hard-boiled. And he needs to marry his girlfriend. Embrace his soft side.
But Alan can date
That'd be
her.
fucked up if he died.
Alan can date her.
And especially after holding the baby. Like, come on. You can't kill him.
Well, that's a good, that's called misdirection, Evan.
Oh, well, that's true.
But I think it would be cool because then he could die for his new partner and save him. And in addition to that...
But then we never would have got the PS2 sequel.
But then in the PS2 sequel, they say, oh, it's a good thing you had that lighter in your pocket.
Well, that's what happened in the Scarface one, is like he lived. Remember?
It's like, oh, oops, I lived.
Yeah, so.
I lived all that bullets.
Actually, I don't even know if it's... I think they might have changed it to like, oh, he actually ended up... It's either he lived or he actually ended up killing them all in the mansion.
If that's it, that's fucking awesome. It's like Marvel What If.
Yeah.
Marvel What If Scarface killed them all.
I can't remember which one it is.
But I think it would be good if Tequila I'm not saying it would be better than what we got, but I think it would be better if Tequila died as opposed to Alan.
Oh,
like if
I would agree with that.
If I had to pick one of them to die,
I would agree.
But I don't necessarily think either of them have to. But I just like the idea of he sacrificed himself, and plus Alan. I think the reason maybe the crew or whatever, or maybe audiences in general would react poorly to him dying is because he gets shit on the whole movie.
Yeah, he does. He does.
And
he doesn't get a happy he doesn't get any other happy moments. So give him a happy ending.
He doesn't have no GF or nothing like that.
Yeah. So give him a happy ending.
So
let him go to Antarctica.
So yeah. Shout out Alan.
Shout out to the crew who begged John Woo to let him live.
Have a heart. Yeah. But I also think, like what you were talking about earlier about the whole, like, are they taking things a bit too far? Like the cops and the bad guys, and like what's the line? What is what are we doing here? I think there's an element of like redemption that Alan needs. And
because we didn't even mention this week completely. That's kind of a big moment. When he accidentally shoots a cop.
Oh, right.
We didn't even mention that.
Because you kind of alluded to it early.
Yeah.
Oh, when we were talking.
He accidentally shoots a cop. And then Tequila kind of lies to him. He's like, no, that didn't happen. He wasn't a cop. No. And then he tells him later after they get down. He's like, yeah.
Like, they're right before they burst in the door. He's like, that was a cop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And he tells him about how he killed a cop, too, at the beginning. So... a little tie-in there. Yeah, we didn't even mention that. That was kind of a big moment. But yeah, that did happen.
Well, that was in that fucking mix of time between, like the hospital shit and like something else or whatever, that we kind of skipped. But that was a big part.
I feel like for the shit like that, though, that's why it's like, if Alan died, it would kind of makes... Because, like, even though, like, he was a good guy, he did fucked up shit. So that's kind of his way of, like... You know what I mean? Like, when people, like... He's not a villain, but like in a lot of movies where villains redeem themselves, they still had to die. You know what I mean? Like Kylo Ren, for example. I don't know why Kylo Ren was the first one to come to my mind, but yeah. Or Doc Ock.
Does Kylo Ren die?
Yeah.
Oh, I owe Andy $20.
Or Doc Ock. Yeah.
I remember a lot of stupid shit about Episode 9, but I don't remember him dying.
Yeah, he gives his life force to fucking Rey, and then he dies.
Stupid.
Yeah, it was very stupid.
The movie sucks.
It does.
We're doing that next week.
No, please. No.
Oh, in 2 weeks.
Please, no.
No, but yeah, I agree. Alan, he deserves his redemption. And it makes me feel like, and also, like, him and Tequila are not really, I wouldn't say one of them is, like, that much better than the other in terms of morals.
Yeah, not really. Yeah.
I mean, Tequila maybe is a little worse, but that's kind of...
Really? I feel like Alan might be worse.
Or, I mean, no, that's what I meant. Alan.
Yeah.
Alan might be a little worse, but they're kind of... It's like they're both kind of just murdering people. And,
yeah.
It doesn't really matter. But there's something about the karma of it that makes me feel like if one of them has to die, I think it should be Tequila. Because on one hand, he kind of gets to redeem himself for his partner. Or, not that it was really his fault that his partner died, but...
It wasn't his fault, no.
I mean, not...
I guess killing the other cop... But that cop had killed his fucking partner, you know what I mean? Right. So it's like... yeah, it's like...
But I feel like there's this, like... there's also an element of Alan where, like, he gets shit on the whole movie. He gets beat up and, like, shot and shit like that. But he also, like... He's had to live this terrible fucking life.
That's true.
As an undercover guy. So
he's had to live this terrible month.
This month?
Yeah, I'm joking. Like, however long the movie takes place.
I feel like the movie's like a fucking 2 days. I don't know.
Oh well, I don't know. I was joking, anyways.
he's had to live through this terrible hard boiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like he deserves a happy ending.
I agree.
And you know what? Tequila's he's a fucking Chad. He's had it good long enough.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
No, but I'm glad they both lived to go on to be in the PS2 game Stranglehold.
Well, Chow Yun-Fat was in it. He was not.
Oh.
He was in Antarctica.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, so.
Well, who's his new partner?
He don't got one. He's a little more.
It's the guy from 30 Rock.
The guy we were just talking about?
No, not Alec Baldwin.
Oh.
The black guy.
Oh, Tracy Morgan?
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be good?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, if it was Hard Boiled 2 with Tracy Morgan.
It's him and Bruce Willis from Cop Out.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
Definitely.
Cop Out is the remake. That's the American version of Hard Boiled.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see Cop Out.
I did.
I saw it terrible.
I saw it with my grandma.
Did you guys like it?
No.
Oh.
I think both of us were like, okay. But I remember there's a part where I don't remember what it was exactly, but there's some really crude joke in it where like, I don't know, I think the girlfriend is like, I'm gonna make you eat your own cum, or like, I don't know, something. There's some really crude joke in it, and I was like, I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm sorry, I asked you to take me to this.
Oh, you saw it in theaters?
Yes. Me and my grandmother saw it in theaters when I was like, when did that movie come out? Like 2010 or something?
I feel it was even before that.
Maybe 2008.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but I was like 11 or something. And I was like, sorry, Grandma.
As for the reasoning of having the baby urinate on tequila to save him, John Woo says that anytime I hold a baby, they always seem to pee on me.
Yeah.
Oh, what a gentleman in poor luck.
Well, it gave him a funny idea for a movie.
It did, so
yeah,
it actually worked out.
Yeah, good for you, Johnny.
John Woo wanted to bring the entire hospital down during the finale. The crew became worried and asked producer Terrence Chang to talk some sense into Woo. Woo agreed to use only 1/4 of the original explosives.
He was going crazy because he tried to kill the actor that played Right Tequila.
Yeah,
he tried to fucking kill Tequila, and he wanted to level the entire hospital.
He was insane. And he had fucking however many fucking real guns. It said it was like 1,000 or whatever.
He says, I don't care about your fucking film logic. This is going fucking down.
Last one. Originally, Tony, of course, Tony Leung. Tony was not supposed to cry after killing Mr. Wee. Mr. Who? Mr. I think it's supposed to be like the uncle. It was like in the subtitle we read, it was like Uncle Hoy or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how they say it, Mr. But Tony Leung felt the character should show some sign of breaking down. John Woo filled the scene both ways and decided to keep the crying take in. Yeah, I feel like that was good to keep that in because it works with the movie themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. I think he brought some depth to the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as John Woo says, actors are the soul of a film.
Well, that's what I always say.
Yeah, so.
That's what I tend to say.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's Hard Boiled.
Will you do something funny?
Huh?
Will you read one more thing? Will you go to the Power Rangers the movie?
Oh.
Not the new one, the old one.
Uh-huh.
Read the first fun fact on that.
Okay.
Let's see what that says. It's a bit kind of a quirky idea.
Let's see. No, not.
Just the very first trivia.
An advertisement in a Sydney newspaper telling fans to come and see the fireworks show with the Power Rangers at Darling Harbour was a ploy to get people to the filming of the final crowd scene, so producer would not have to pay for the extra. I thought you were going to tie it into, somehow this movie was going to tie in with Hard Boiled, and it was the first piece of trivia on IMDb.
No.
Well,
Nope. I just wanted to hear the first, just one trivia about the Power Rangers movie.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I used to, I think I mentioned this before, but when I was in, this one tech class, I used to just, fuck around on the computer and not do anything. And one thing I would do is go on IMDb and look up movies and just read all the trivia for all the movies.
That's fun.
And I realized during this episode that I had never looked at the Power Rangers the movie trivia.
Well, there you go.
And now we can look at that. So,
good job.
And is it in the Power Rangers in the fireworks say "Thank you, Power Rangers"?
Do they?
You remember that?
I didn't see it.
Ah.
I was never a Power Ranger guy.
Ah, come on, Evan.
But to keep it honest, never been a Power Ranger fan.
All right, next time it's my week. we watch Power Rangers Season 1. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1.
That was a good idea.
Yep. But yeah, Evan, that was quite a bit of fun.
It was.
And Hard Boiled is always a good time.
Oh, true.
As of the one time I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like the 20th time.
And yeah, I was curious though. I wanted to ask you. So we're doing Starship Troopers next week.
Yeah.
Right. Is there any particular reason, or is it just because you just got it?
Oh, just because I got the 4K.
Okay.
Like,
have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
You never seen it?
It'll be my first time watching it.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, you're shooting from the hip like me.
Oh, yeah.
Just choosing random movies.
Of course.
Cool. I like that. That takes a bit of pizzazz, Evan.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to do that. Some Neil Patrick Harris.
He is in it, yeah.
Right? Yeah, he plays a Nazi.
Yeah.
Kind of guy.
Does he?
Kind of.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Kind of plays like a Nazi guy. And all I know about is that Neil Patrick Harris is in it, and they say like at the end they're like, they're alive or something. I don't know.
Oh, well, don't tell me that. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I won't spoil it. I'm sorry. I just completely misquoted it though. I just remembered that's not even close.
Oh.
But I'm excited to watch that next week.
Me too.
And I'm excited, Evan, to see you again. I'm excited to go on our picnic we're about to go on right now after the podcast. We're about to have a nice picnic.
Yeah, that's true.
And I have several vegan options for you.
Thank you.
And I have some, some cool stuff. So
yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you have any cool thoughts or comments or ideas, please leave them below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed our review.
Please.
And what else? What is our classic last thing we always say?
Have a good day.
Yep, that's what we. Yep.
Stay hard boiled. Get stuck with knives.